Schoolboy error, didn't unmute the microphone. So we're going to have to start that again. My goodness, one moment. Schoolboy error all day long. All right, let's try that again. Hello, my name is Ade and I'm the veteran arcade soldier, and I'm here tonight to be with you to present a live Premier League watch-along, Aston Villa versus Liverpool, live at 8 p.m, Villa Park, the Premier League. These two teams are in contention to finish in the top four, or top five as it were, are going to try and secure one of the two last places for the Champions League. Both teams are in contention to finish fourth, so basically whoever wins today will officially finish fourth. Now, I'm a big Liverpool FC fan, and I was hoping for a kind team sheet from Villa Park for our boys, LFC, and also I was hoping for a bit of a rejig side from Aston Villa, seeing as they're in the Europa League final next Wednesday. This game originally being scheduled for, meant to be this coming Sunday, but the Premier League have changed the rules and moved the game back to give Aston Villa a little bit more preparation time. Not really quite sure how that helps Liverpool or how they even come to these decisions. Did Liverpool actually agree to this or not? I don't know. But yeah, that's something I'd like to know. If anyone's in the chat that knows this, please let me know. I'd love to know. Right, so on that note, let's have a look at the teams and see who's facing off today. Right, looking at the two teams, excuse me, we'll start with Aston Villa, obviously managed by Unai Emery, the wily Spaniard, playing in their normal 4-2-3-1 system. They have Argentina's World Cup winning goalkeeper Emi Martinez in goal, Mati Cash at right back, Ezri Konsa, Pau Torres, centre-back duo, and Luca Dean at left back. In midfield, a little bit of a surprise. I didn't really know that Villa have used Lindelof in midfield, but Victor Lindelof, who they got off Man United, what was it, 18 months ago now, playing in midfield with Yuri Tillemans, one of the best free signings that the league has seen in the last few years. Their front four is going to be John McGinn playing off the right. Obviously, he'll be a bit more tucked in size, seeing he's naturally a central midfielder, but he has the engine to go all evening, basically. Morgan Rogers in the central attacking midfielder role. Emi Buendia playing off the left-hand side in support of Ollie Watkins up top, who's been in good form recently, Ollie Watkins. Hopefully he can get himself sharp and in focus for England's World Cup squad. Right, on to the main boys, LFC, managed by Arne Slot, the much maligned currently Arne Slot, using his normal formation of 4-2-3-1. A lot of issues with Liverpool at the moment in terms of fitness injuries and concerns. Starting right back, because Frimpong hasn't made it. Saying that, not that Frimpong's been used at right back. But anyway, we start with the keeper, Georgi Marmadashvili. There were rumours that Alisson was back in training. He might make the game, but he hasn't thus far. I'll double check the benches shortly to see if Alisson is on the bench. So Joe Gomez is at right back for one of what could be one of his last few appearances for the Reds after his 11-year stay. Coming from Charlton all those years ago. 11 seasons ago. Wow. All right, Ibrahima Konate, Virgil van Dijk, the normal trusted duo at centre-back. Milos Kerkez put back in at left-back. Ryan Gravenberch, McAllister, the double pivot. And then up top, we've got the front four, which is, well, preliminary to say, because we have to see how the game pans out. But Szoboszlai playing off the right wing, which he did in his Leipzig days in Germany. Curtis Jones as the central attacking midfielder. Rio Ingamoa, the exciting youngster, the 17-year-old, playing off the left, supporting Cody Gakpo, seeing as sadly Isak has pulled up injured once again. It's getting to be very concerning with Alexander Isak. Right, so the substitutes for Villa: Leon Bailey, Tammy Abraham, Ross Barkley, Mark Bizzo, reserve goalkeeper, Bogard, Andres Garcia, Ian Matson, Jadon Sancho and Douglas Luiz. Pretty strong Aston Villa bench, a lot stronger than the Liverpool bench, which comprises of Federico Chiesa, who still can't get a start for Liverpool FC. With all these injuries, still can't get a start. Young James McConnell, Trey Morris, Njai, then we've got Trey Morris-Nyoni, Andy Robertson, the veteran. Mo Salah has made it fit and apparently is good for potentially 10 to 15 minutes off the bench. Florian Wirtz, who is recovering from a stomach bug. Apparently he's been on antibiotics for a little while now. Freddie Woodman, who's been displaced by Mamardashvili. So the third choice goalkeeper is being replaced by the second choice goalkeeper. And the young striker from Salford City, Will Wright, is on the bench as well. So not the strongest lineup from Liverpool. So looking at the two teams, to be honest with the home form of Aston Villa and the fact it's the last home game of the season, and they're going to want to go into the Europa League. On a strong note, I am a little bit concerned with this lineup, to be fair. At this point, if you could give me a point, I'll take it. That would more or less guarantee Champions League football. In this race for Champions League that just keeps dragging on forever and ever, I would definitely take a point right now. Right, so that's the two teams. And I'm just going to get the chats up. I'm just going to log in. Hello, chat. I think there's a couple of people in, which is lovely to see. Please do say hello if you're in the chat. Please make yourself known. A terrible cough at the moment. Not great. All right, let's bring. I'll put those two team sheets. I'll put the team sheets back online again, just while I go and grab myself some water. So I'll be back in a moment. Right, the match is underway in 20 minutes. Struggling today. Right. Yeah, struggling today. Right, I've unmuted the mic. That's good. Just make sure the graphics are up working. Yep, everything is looking all good. Hopefully I'll remember to adjust the score when Liverpool take the lead. Hopefully. Right, I'm going to put my... Oh, hello, Cameron. Nice to see you in the chat. CMB, how you doing? Hope you are well. Right, well, when I did my preview earlier today, I did predict a Liverpool 2-1 victory. To be honest with you, I usually don't change my mind on predictions. They're just predictions after all. But looking at the team sheets, I've got to be honest. I mean, I'll take a 1-1. So I'm going to try and stay positive. And my match prediction is 1-1. And to be honest, if you gave me 1-1 now and I could shake your hand on it, I'll take it. I'll take it and run, to be honest. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on the match so far. Hey, Gary, nice to see you in, mate. Glad you made it. So, yeah, welcome. Thank you. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream. Much appreciated. I know you already subscribed. I would have already cheekily asked you to subscribe, but I know you're a subscriber already. So thank you once again for the support. It really means a lot. I am fledgling in the YouTube world, and I'm just trying to bump myself up there. And yeah, hopefully to reach out to more people, make more friends, more content. And yeah, just basically, you know, try and foster a nice little community where, you know, like-minded people can talk about football, enjoy the beautiful game, no matter who we support. and avoid all this so-called the banter era where all we want to do is make fun of our friends or our rivals per se. At the end of the day, we're all going to have football teams that we don't like, or teams that are kind of the normal enemy of our club. But I don't dislike any other human being, etc. I don't really wish the downfall of anyone. I just want to have a nice, a nice positive life. And if it means, you're playing against your rivals and teams you don't like, in my case as a Liverpool fan, I don't like Man United, I don't like Arsenal, and I don't like Everton. But ultimately, that's during the 90 minutes. Once the 90 minutes is over, we're all friends, we're all just people, so let's just all get along. So yeah, that's my thoughts on things. Let me know what your prediction is for tonight, Gary. Let me know what you think. I'm going for 1-1. So yeah, it's looking like a lovely evening out there. Very good conditions, and yeah, we're getting underway in approximately 15 minutes. So I'll be back in a second. Just going to check my feed, make sure everything's working okay. So I'll be back shortly. Right, I've remembered to unmute the microphone today. Well, not today, but since earlier when I started the stream. Funnily enough, every time I've started a live stream, I've made one small mess up somewhere along the line, whether that's unmuting the mic, whether having the volume on too loud, or having echo and feedback. This whole live streaming thing is a lot more difficult than it seems, but it's very enjoyable, and it's definitely reignited my passion for football. So yeah, I'm here for it. So let's do this. Right, got a few people in the chat. Yeah, Gary. Oh, yes, Gary and Cameron. Right, Gary, I know you're an Arsenal fan. You're saying 2-1 Villa, mate. Your lot look weak today. I'm assuming you're talking about the starting lineup, Gary. Yes, it's not the greatest, to be fair. We've got a lot of injuries, or a lot of people coming back from sickness or kind of small knocks. So, yeah, that is problematic. Cameron is saying, I agree. Basically, Cameron's agreeing with Gary, saying maybe even 3-1 Villa. Where has all that money been spent, bro? Ha ha. I know, mate. Tell me about it. It's terrible. Obviously, we've got a strike force, nearly, £200 million strike force out at the moment on two players. Absolutely incredible. Florian Wirtz on the bench. So you're talking about £300 million worth of talent either not available or on the bench. It's actually pretty incredible. And maybe this is where some of the mitigation comes in for Arne Slot, with the club backing the manager, saying he's going to be here next season. And yeah, it's very difficult, but this is the problem when you spend so much money on big players, but you've got to still have a more fleshed out squad, which Liverpool do not have at the moment, sadly. Me personally, I would definitely take a draw as it stands at the moment. But what I would say regarding Aston Villa and Liverpool is that Liverpool tend to usually do well against Villa. We have a very strong record against Villa. At Anfield, we never lose to Villa at Anfield. And even at Villa Park, we usually can kind of either sneak away with a draw or a victory. Very rarely do we get beaten. I think the last defeat we had at Villa was maybe that big 7-2 5-6 years ago on the Klopp, if it was that long ago. But yeah, so it is what it is. But hopefully, Liverpool can dig deep, defend well, try and be more solid in midfield. I mean, it's difficult because we're now on game week 37, and Liverpool are just so easy to play through. The double pivot situation with Gravenberch and McAllister, that was the best in the Prem last season. It's just been absolute. It's been like soggy wet paper, basically. You just run through it, no problem. So very disappointing season, and in some ways I'll be glad to see the back of this season. So let's hope get to the end of the season. Hopefully Liverpool can make top 4, top 5, what have you. Get Champions League. Go again in the summer transfer market. Maybe a change of manager. We shall see. Nothing set in stone at the moment. The manager did seem quite bullish in his press conference. The latest press conference for game week 37. But I still believe that there has to be internal discussions as to whether this man can continue in the job, because me personally, I just feel the way it's going to go is that if Slot does stay, he'll get new players. We'll start the new season. The same pattern will emerge. And by October, November, we're talking about him losing his job anyway. So I just feel a change is best for all concerned, to be honest. I think in some ways, I feel Slot needs saving from himself, in all honesty. But that's just my opinion. Others will have theirs. So obviously you can put those in the chat. Drop a like on the stream. I'll put your score predictions in the chat. There's 3 predictions in the chat so far. I'm going for a 1-1. Someone's going for a 2-1 Villa, and another person going for a 3-1 Villa. So it'd be great to hear yours. So drop them in the comment section. Players are out warming up on the pitch. I'll take that off. Bit more of a closer, more intimate feel. So yeah, me personally, I'm looking forward to the World Cup. Looking forward to seeing how the summer transfer window goes. Who Liverpool are linked with, or who we end up signing, etc. Hopefully, we can get a few pacey wingers in. We need some tricky pacey wingers in. We need a defensive midfielder or someone that's going to help shield the back 4. Centre-back situation seems pretty strong at the moment. Not sure what's going on with Alisson. Rumours he might leave. So it is, there's a lot of upheaval at the club. So, yeah, Unai Emery has done a fantastic job once again at Aston Villa. The man is once again in a Europa League final. I think this is his 5th or 6th. He's won it 4 times, I think. Absolutely incredible. Incredible manager. I'll take him at Liverpool, to be fair. It's a weird one. A lot of people really rate Emery highly, me being one of them as well. But a lot of people are quite down on him due to his time at Arsenal or maybe PSG. But I think he's a top-class manager. He plays good football, high line, brave attacking football. You can see he's an astute tactician. And I'll take him at Liverpool in a heartbeat. So, yeah, that's my views on things, on Villa. Right, we have 7 minutes to go till kickoff. So I will put the team sheets back on. I'll take a break, our last toilet break before the game, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, I'm back again. Ready for the big game. I think everything is working fine. Hopefully my feed is working good. Right, let's have a little look at these two teams again to see where each team can hurt the other. I mean, Ria Ingamo is going to have a tough time dealing with John McGinn, who's, basically a rat up a drain pipe. He's a rash all over you all the time. So Rio is hopefully going to be someone who can unlock us. I'm glad that Rio Ingamo is getting some more time with Kirkez, because realistically that is the future of Liverpool's left-hand side, Kirkez and Rio Ingamo. Cody Gakpo up front, that is the part where that just makes you think where the goals are coming from. Honestly, I would have taken a chance with one of the young strikers instead, even if throwing a Will Wright or just do something different. Obviously Federico Chiesa could play up front as well. I mean, he's got to be a better option than Gakpo. Rio maybe could have been played on the right. Not they look scintillating out there. Not like he's when he's on the left, but Gakpo could have been on the left. Rio on the right, and then Chiesa up top. Then you've got real experience there. So, but hopefully our midfielder, as in Liverpool's midfield, got to try and not be too biased. When I'm doing my commentary, I try not to be too biased. Obviously, it's very hard to not be excitable when Liverpool are attacking or scoring. But yeah, hopefully we can take advantage of Lindelof, who's not a natural midfielder, but is obviously clearly able to do a job there. Thanks everyone for joining me. Both teams are on 59 points. So both teams can secure Champions League football for next season tonight. All the players are out there looking serious, looking ready. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment. I try to bring positivity. Right, so we are nearly underway. We're nearly live from Villa Park. Right, got the graphics on. Villa have had an amazing season. Obviously, if they can secure Champions League football once again after missing out this season, and obviously win, this will be their first trophy in 46 years, I think. Aston Villa, 46 years. Their first European trophy, should I say. So, yeah, they're going to be up for this massively. Stat that's just come up. Aston Villa have won just one of their last 16 Premier League matches against Liverpool. Drawn 3, lost 12. This is what I was trying to say. They don't do well against Liverpool. So, yeah, hopefully Liverpool can keep that going tonight, hopefully. Liverpool boys just getting ready. Hugs, high fives, etc. Shakes. Let's get some goals, actually, boys. Let's get some goals. That's what we need. Let's go. Come on, Liverpool. We need this. Right. Match is just about to kick off. Right, just about to kick off now. And we're off. I do find it strange, this new tactic of when teams kick off. Liverpool took the kick off. Szoboszlai launched it straight, to the Villa, to Liverpool's attacking right hand side. Try and move up the pitch. I do find it strange seeing this kick off tactic. Why don't teams just keep the ball? Do you know what I mean? Just keep possession of the ball. Right, Liverpool harrying Aston Villa in defence. A throw in by Matty Cash now on the right back position. Sunlight in his eyes, Matty Cash. Can't see what he's doing. That's what we like to see. So Villa will have a bit of a disadvantage. Lost in midfield by Gravenberch. Mauled by the Aston Villa attack, who are running clear, running free, straight through Liverpool's midfield. Watkins, good turn, good save by Marmadashvili. Watkins does a snapshot, fed in by Ollie Watkins, fed in by Morgan Rogers, who lung busting run. Watkins getting a first sighter. Low shot down to Marmadashvili's right. Easy save, but good start from Villa. Poor from Gravenberch there in midfield. He's definitely struggled a lot in this year after winning Young Player of the Season last season. He's nowhere near the Premier League Team of the Season this year. Him and McAllister were in the Premier League Team of the Season last year. They're nowhere near it this time. Right, ball played down the Liverpool left-hand side. Villa 1, quick throw-in. Ollie Watkins by the byline. Konate Company. Morgan Rogers, nice turn. Digne to Tielemans. Played out to the left-hand side. Luca Digne, who's been called up to the French national team for the World Cup. Pretty good for someone of his vintage. All right, ball played through the middle, picked up by Kirkes. McAllister dawdling on the ball. Nearly loses it. Come on, get into the game. Riordan Gamoa. Tracking back, loses the ball. Poor position. Ball played in, leave it. Ball goes out for a Liverpool goal kick. Slow start from Liverpool. Very sloppy. They're not in the game. They haven't woken up yet. 3 minutes in. And, poor start from Liverpool. Just not at the races so far. It's a problem with Liverpool this season. At every game they start slow. It's ridiculous. Joe Gomez puts one into midfield. Szoboszlai turns. McAllister over to Kirkes. Moving into the... Right, Ingamoa skips by Matty Cash. Curtis Jones midfield, centre circle. Konate in the Villa half. Nice spin and turn. Lays it over to Van Dijk. All the Liverpool players in the half. In Villa's half. Kirkes. Liverpool with a bit of possession, which is nice to see. Konate, centre circle. Knocking it back, side to side. McAllister loosely gives it away. Poor giveaway. Gakpo. Oh, poor pass from Gakpo. Gives it straight to a Villa player. Wake up. Kick out by Martinez. One back by Gravenberch, but given away again. Matty Cash turns. Right back position. Working back towards his own goal. Ezri Konsa. Back to Martinez. Played out. Pau Torres advancing forward. Tielemans. Long ball over to the left wing. Good pass. Played first into the box. McAllister. Ingamoa. Good turn of strength. Good feet. Oh, jinx past two players. And it's fouled in the process. Good play from the youngster. Liverpool fans in the crowd chanting, Rio, Rio. Rio Ingamoa, Liverpool's bright young star. A lot of hopes pinned on him for the future. The thing with him, he needs to build up his stamina and be able to last 90 minutes because, he's definitely only got 70 minutes in him at the moment, it seems. Right, Liverpool, Ingamoa on the wing. Plays a 1-2. Kirker's deep ball into the box. Right, Liverpool recycling the ball. Van Dijk in his own half. To Konate in the centre circle. Van Dijk. Good ball from McAllister. Soboslai over to Jones, right wing. Comes inside. Clever 1-2, but is that offside? Soboslai dinks one into the box. Drops, cleared by Villa. I'm sure that was offside, to be fair. Not bad football from Liverpool there. Let me know if everything is all right with the stream, guys. If there's any lag or anything, or if the volumes. How is the stream? Right, Watkins breaking. He's inside. Oh, shots well over the bar. Breaking. He's inside. All right. Watkins got put through. Cuts inside Van Dijk too easily. Skies it over the bar. I think he's injured himself, Watkins. He's gone down. Watkins kind of jarred his own back or something. Oh, that's not good signs. Maybe they should have rested him for the Europa League final. I mean, this is also England's reserve striker. So hopefully he's going to be okay. It's all right, Ollie. Take the rest of this game off, lad. And we'll see you on Wednesday for the Europa League final. But he's looking like he's in trouble on the floor. He does look like he's in pain. Maybe Watkins might need to be an early departure, which would help Liverpool's cause for sure. They've got Tammy Abraham warming up. got more depth than Liverpool. Right, just giving Ollie Watkins some treatment. Is he going to continue? So Ollie Watkins off the pitch, receiving some treatment. Right, play underway. Liverpool striding clear with Van Dijk. Played over to the right wing. Curtis Jones puts one into the box to Gakpo. What's he got? Holds it up, spins, but it's offside anyway. But doesn't look confident up top. Goldie Gakpo. It just looks like a fish out of water for such a big man with a good touch. He looks like he's got the attributes to kind of play striker, but just looks so uncomfortable. Mamardashvili, what's he doing? Oh my goodness, shambolic. Oh my goodness. I'll explain it in a minute, but it's absolutely terrible. Mamardashvili, he's not convinced. I said it on the last stream, he's not convincing at all. Shambolic, honestly. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. Awful goalkeeping. Right. Long ball comes through. Mamardashvili doesn't clear it. Takes a dainty touch. Messes it up. Out of his goal. If Villa had been a bit more composed and found a man, it could have been an easy goal. Absolutely tragic. Mamardashvili, I'm not convinced at all. Not convinced at all. Right. Free kick. Edge of the box. Left-hand side for Villa. Tielemans over the ball. We've got Digne edge of the box. No one picking him up. Every Liverpool player back. Here goes to the man I just mentioned. Digne. Rifles one in, but cleared by Liverpool. Honestly. Right. Curtis Jones falls. Oh, good feet. Kept the ball. Races clear into the left-hand channel. Over to Rio Ingamoa, to Kirkers, back to Jones. Van Dijk, Jones. Tries an outside of the boot pass to Cody Gakpo, who ends up fouling Konza. But the ref hasn't halted play. Digne. Back to Pau Torres in his own box. Back to Martinez. Looks like Ollie Watkins is obviously staying on the pitch. Villa. Oh, cheers for letting me know, Gary. Yep, stream's fine. Good to know, thank you. Little weight off my mind. Right, McGinn, right-hand channel. Backed up by Cash, Lindelof. Right, good through ball. Come on, Mamardashvili, come out for it. Stays on his line. Van Dijk is gesturing to him, saying, what are you doing? Oh, God, he's a nightmare, honestly. Mamardashvili is an absolute nightmare. I'm not having him at all. Right, long ball thrown into the box, cleared by Van Dijk. He's for such a big man, he's got no presence. Oh, it's annoying. Right, Villa controlling the game. Tielemans central. Aston Villa popping it around. Right, Joe Gomez surely going to get that. Clears. Back to Jones. Over to Van Dijk. Liverpool playing just by their box. McAllister gives it away poor. Why are they just trying to play football in the wrong places? Right. Gravenberch wins. Ingamoa stands up cash. Tries a trick. Messes it up. Getting out muscled by the Villa. This is men's football. Rio standing up strong. Fouled. Pulled back by Morgan Rogers. Joe Gomez bringing the ball out. Halfway line. Joe Gomez own half. Over to Van Dijk, left side. Advances near the halfway line to Konate, just outside the centre circle. Back to Marmadashvili. Aston Villa with control of the ball. Given away again by Liverpool. Tielemans. Centre circle. McGinn, right hand side. Liverpool are just a painful watch. Cash. Edge of the box. McGinn. Konza centre circle. Over to Pau Torres. Advanced. Lindelof. Right hand side. Matty Cash. Looking for an option. Checks inside. Van Dijk nods it down to McAllister. Lays it to Szoboszlai. Midfield. Bursting forward. But 4 men on him. Nowhere to go. No support. Gakpo. Doesn't read anything. Static. Gakpo not moving. It's not what you want. It is not what you want. Yeah. Right. Ball is back with Emi Martinez. Poor kick out for Martinez. Straight through to Konate's turn and spin. That's got to be a foul. Yellow card maybe. Lindelof on Gravenberch, who does his party trick, his spin. His feint and spin turn. He's fouled by Victor Lindelof. So Liverpool have a free kick, centre circle. Right side into the Villa half by Joe Gomez. Back into Liverpool half. Konate over to Van Dijk. Long ball down the middle to Rio, bursting into the box, takes a touch. Can't control it. Good spot by Virgil, good pass. Gravenberch advanced, trying to close down players. Matty Cash. Oh, Ezra Konza turns him. Liverpool quite deep in Villa half. But Torres brings it out slowly. Konza. Centre circle. Gravenberch, centre circle himself. To Rio, left side. Over to Kirkes in support. Gravenberch, halfway line. Liverpool looking for options. Van Dijk walking. Joe Gomez. Right hand side. McAllister tries a quick pass. Dives in. Has he fouled Buendia? No, ref says. Looked like a foul to me. But we take these ones. Joe Gomez, halfway line advances. Gravenberch, what's he going to do? Villa very compact. Konate, centre circle. Through ball. Kirkes, play it back first time. Right. Wing. Ngamoa, left wing. Stands up, Matty Cash. Feints. Jinx. Good feet. Is he fouled? No, just harassed off the ball. Doing a bit too much, Rio Ngamoa. Arne Slot moaning on the sidelines. But to be honest with you, I think Rio Ngamoa is doing too much. Got to get rid of the ball sooner. Oh, what is that? Poor throw from Cash. Nearly won by Soboslai, who would have nicked the ball, ran round him and gone through on goal. But just about recovered by Lindelof. Kirkes, throw-in to Rio. McAllister, yawning away. Told you the game so far. Joe Gomez, long one. Joe Gomez with a speculative shot, 30 yards out, but it goes over the bar. At least it was towards the goal. It went above the goal. Oh, he slips. Maybe that's why it was kind of relatively going on target, but it was over the bar. Joe Gomez, of course, second to last game possibly for him. Never scored for Liverpool. He's only got one more game after this maybe to make it because rumours are he's off in the summer. Konate wrestling with Watkins. All right. Right hand side. Liverpool throw. Joe Gomez. Long ball into the half to Gakpo, but can't find him. It's basic football. All right. Gakpo, what have you got? To Soboslai. Play it away, pass it, do something. He's fouled, but he's hanging on for it for too long. Buendia's complaining, saying, what's wrong with that? In some ways, I kind of agree with him. What's he meant to do? Not go for the ball? Soboslai holding on to it. Doesn't realise 2 men are bearing down behind. But it was a foul, to be fair. But Soboslai holding on to the ball. Way too long. The Diogo Jota song, Forever, Liverpool's number 20, rings around the ground. Soboslai over the ball. Soboslai, about 40 yards out, just to the right-hand side, about 10 metres in off the sideline. Looking for the cross into the box. Deep ball, won by Torres. Curtis Jones recycles. Over. Back to Jones. To Rio. Chalk on his boots. Matty Cash. Jinx. McAllister. Soboslai. Lost one into the box. One down. Anyone there? Cleared by Villa. Good pressure from Liverpool. Kirkes races back into his own half. Everybody in the Villa's half. Joe Gomez. It's a good play for Liverpool. Just the ball didn't drop to any Liverpool player. Hey Natasha, nice to see you in the chat. Honestly, when do I think Slot will be sacked? Natasha, if it doesn't happen within the first week after the end of the season, the first week, so considering we've got our game against Brentford next Sunday, if it doesn't happen by, what would the date be? If it doesn't happen by the end of May, he's not going anywhere. Simple as that. Our next game is on the... Our next game's on the 30th of May after this. Oh, sorry, what am I talking about? Our next game is on the 23rd of May or 24th. So I'll presume by the end of May. If he's still here 1st of June, then He's staying. Apparently, though, there is rumours that he's got a break clause in his contract, which kicks in on the 1st of June. Apparently, check this out, it's for information that I've kind of dug up and seen, is that he's on 7 to 8 million a year. And if they pay him off and sack him, you're going to have to pay him 8 million, basically, 7, 8 million. But if they wait till 1st of June and want to sack him, they can trigger a break clause and they only have to pay... they only have to pay 1 million to get rid of him, apparently. That's what I've heard, the rumour. So I'm hoping that's true. And he's gone 1st of June latest. Because we need to start planning for the summer, Natasha. Do you know what I mean? Nagelsmann will come with new signings. Is that the manager you want? You want Nagelsmann, yeah? I think you were saying this to me the other day. Nagelsmann is who you'd prefer. I'll be happy with Nagelsmann. I think I've said this to you before because... You know, he's managed Bayern Munich, big team. He managed Germany, big players, big squad, big expectation. That is a man, a coach, a manager that can handle the pressure of a club with a shirt this heavy. Ball kicked out by Martinez. Nodded back to Mamardashvili. Yes, he is the one, as he's German like Klopp. I hear what you're saying. It's hard, isn't it? Once you've had, you know, someone like Klopp, it's so hard not to, it's hard not to have someone who's got that kind of gravitas to them, you know? Natasha, what do you make of Mamardashvili in goal? I'm really worried. I'm saying to people on the stream, I'm really worried about this guy. I hope so. Considering we're not really that far removed from greatness, Natasha. It's only... I mean, even now, to this point, we're still the champions, technically. But, you know, if he gets backed properly and he's going to have a lot of pull with a lot of players from the Bundesliga, maybe he knows how to use Wirtz as well, get the best out of Wirtz. So, Szoboszlai plays it across to Rio, left wing. McAllister. Liverpool need a new goalkeeper and a good centre-half. Gravenberch. Rio Ingamoa. In the box. Jinx. Stepovers. What's he got? Come on, play it back to Kirkes. Use him. Gravenberch, shoot. Spilled! Oh! Spilled by Martinez. Gakpo there reacts. Not sitting, but he's offside. But it's going to be checked. Let's have a look. Where was Gakpo when the shot came in? Emi Martinez fumbled. Oh, Gakpo well offside. A couple of yards offside. Liverpool need a new goalkeeper and a good centre-half. I mean, it's looking like we're going to lose Alisson. I think we need another goalkeeper, definitely. I think we definitely need another goalkeeper. Natasha, I'm disappointed we still don't have Kelleher. You hear that Marmoush might be going to Liverpool, yeah? I'll take that, to be honest. I think that'll be a fantastic sign. He can play all across the front line. He can play right wing, left wing, and play striker. It'd be perfect. The only reason I think it wouldn't happen is he's on crazy wages at Man City. I just don't think we'd pay those wages. Also, Natasha, you know we've got the young French centre-back, Jeremy Jacquet, coming in from Rennes, 60 million. So he's going to be... I'm not sure if we do sign Konate up for, his contract to continue, then I'm not sure we'll be getting another centre-back because we'll have quite a few. Saying that if we lose Gomez, we probably will need a fifth. Right, ball played forward. Van Dijk. Yeah, he'd be a great... It would be a great... I'd love that. He's had a bit of a shocker for City... But then he's always on the bench, isn't he? Everyone's always going to be behind Haaland, aren't they? But at Liverpool, he could play every game because, left, right, centre. Imagine, I'd rather have him up top than Cody Gakpo, for example. Right, ball being recycled by McAllister, Van Dijk. Kirker seems to be looking gingerly. Gravenberch. Over to Kanate. Curtis Jones near the centre circle. Right, we're in the 30th minute. 15 minutes to half time. Liverpool played not too bad, not looking too threatening. Rio, got to play it earlier, son. Like, runs past Matty Cash, holds on, cuts inside. Where's he going? Looking for the shooting opportunity. Lays it off. Jones dinks one in. Poor. Into the box. No one there. What about Diamande? Yeah, well, obviously he's another rumour target, isn't he? He's had a really good season. My problem with it is £80 million for a 19-year-old that obviously has clearly a high ceiling. Reminds me of Sadio Mane. Looks really good. It looks like we're going to have to take a risk. 80 million. I'm kind of getting sick of getting fleeced. Why aren't we finding these bargains before they go to Leipzig? Why is the Premier League clubs funding every other, like, you know what I mean, club in Europe? It's crazy. Leipzig are in the Champions League getting Champions League money, and yet they want €100 million for Liverpool for Diamande, a 19-year-old who's had one season. It's just crazy. We've got to take more risks getting these young players in. Me personally, I'm not massive on Elliot Anderson. He's a good player, but I don't think he's a stellar player. I've always wanted Wharton. Always wanted Wharton from about 3 years ago. There was two. Szoboszlai lines one up. Ooh, great save. Corner now for Liverpool. Lovely shot. 35 yards out. Szoboszlai smashes it. Keeps it down. Swerving. Dipping in the air. No one shuts him down. Bang. Dip, swerve. Good save from Martinez. But it's a corner for Liverpool. Yeah, so Adam Wharton is someone I've always wanted. From 3 years ago, when he was at Blackburn, I'd noticed him and I was really interested in Liverpool getting him. Him and Elise. Elise was the one we missed out. And we should have got him 2 years ago. 100%. 45 million. When he went to Bayern Munich, I could not believe that nobody else came in for him. Shambles. Right, short corner. McAllister in the box. Lays one off. Szoboszlai dinks one in. Rodgers clears for another corner to Liverpool. Is that what players do I rate in the Premier League? Is that what you're saying? Retracted. I think that's what you were saying. I'll wait for you to retype it. Right, corner coming in. I'll deal with this corner first. Come on, Szoboszlai, put one in. Martinez shoving McAllister, his international teammate, in the head. This usual jostling the goalkeeper. All players standing in about 10 yards of each other. Fighting, scuffing, pulling. Corner comes in. Ooh, glanced off McAllister's head over the bar. Should have done better, McAllister. Should have just let it glance off his head. Keep it down, that's in. Yeah, sorry, Natasha. Yeah, what was you saying? I think you were saying which players do I rate in the Prem? Good question. I mean, there's lots of great players that we could rate. So many of them unobtainable. I think when it comes to these kind of questions, the main thing would be to kind of try and target players. McAllister plays one off. Yeah, try and target players from Premier League teams that are in trouble or going down or towards the bottom of the league. Me personally, even though it's a known rumour now, I've always wanted him for a long time. I take Jared Bowen. He's another one, a bit like Marmoush that you discussed. Can play across the front line, right, left, centre. I'd take Bowen if West Ham go down. I'd love to get Mateus Fernandes out of their midfield, but they're talking about 80 million, so forget that. And if Tottenham were to go down, for example, I would take what's the youngster called? Archie Gray, someone that can play midfield, right back, played central defence for Tottenham as well. He's a very versatile young player and he's got a very high ceiling. I'll take Archie Gray. And if I could get a player, it'd be very expensive, but I'd like Morgan Gibbs-White. I really like Morgan Gibbs-White. I'd take him. How about you? What players do you rate in the Prem? But that ones that are reasonable that you could find or that you could get out of their teams. Oh, Wolves as well. I mean, Yao Gomez as well, the one that's likely to go to Atletico Madrid. I'll take him as well. Combative midfielder. Nah, not Richarlison. Not Richarlison. He's too inconsistent. On his day, he's a real handful, but he's just a nightmare anyway. Plus, as well, he's got a bit too much history with Liverpool. Obviously, he played for Everton as well. Always scores. To be honest with you, it's a joke. Like Natasha, it might be worth getting Richarlison because that way, if you get him, he can't score against us, right? Because he scores against us every game. But no, I don't rate. He's not Liverpool quality. He's a good player, but I don't rate him that highly. I mean, if Spurs did go down, there's a few players from their squad I would take. Oh, ball comes into the box, cleared. Rio, can he win this? Off McGinn. Morgan Rogers loses it. McAllister. Liverpool in control of the first half now. Being in control for the last 7-8 minutes. Oh, 100%. Yeah, do you know what? And those are attainable. Lewis Hall, I take all day long. I think with him and Kirkes would be phenomenal battling out. But I think the problem is Lewis Hall's so good, he's not going to come and be a backup or battle it out. You know what I mean? Tonali, I'd love Tonali at Liverpool. That would be a dream signing. And obviously, I would expect Newcastle to have some kind of financial compliance issues. So I'll take Tonali. Guimara is a little bit too old now. I wouldn't take him. Tonali, sign me up. Tonali and Wharton would be my dream midfield, honestly. That's a really good shout, Natasha. You know your football. Right, ball drops. Gravenberch. Oh, lays one in. Gravenberch, what's he got? Dinks one into the box. Oh, better cross and it's an easy header. Oh, too much from Gravenberch. But yeah, Tonali and Lewis Hall, sign me up, I'll take those two. The only problem I have with Lewis Hall is that A, the price, and B, we need a right back, Natasha. We need a right back because, you know, Frimpong I'm not sure he's really a right back for the Prem. And obviously Conor Bradley, who is good enough, but he's injury prone. So, right, corner, left-hand side. Soboslai, going to put one in. What's Liverpool got? Come on, Soboslai, what have you got? Puts one in. Ooh, good cross in. Recycled. Jones messes up the contact. Jones, edge of the box, floats one in with his left foot, too deep. Rio can't keep it on. Yes, I do. And I tell you one thing, Carrot will be sat by cruisers and Southgate in. Yeah, I like what you're saying. Now that is a signing. I'd sign up for that. Gareth Southgate at Man United. But that's the thing. It's looking like he's going to get a 2-year deal, isn't it, Carrick? And as I was saying to you the other night, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to work. I think they will be in Champions League next season. More injuries, more games. More fatigue, more of a struggle, the Man United pressure, and they'll be in and around 8th, 9th by Christmas, I'd say. But we'll see. Obviously, it all depends on the signings they make. If they make 4 or 5 stellar signings, it could even be a bit of a problem, but let's hope not. Right, ball won by Kirkes. What do you think is going to happen, Natasha, with Slot? Where do you see it going? '40th minute, 39th minute, we're in. Kirkes. Fouled by Matty Cash, who is booked. They will struggle in the Champions League and their star signing will be Baleba. Slot will be sacked again. Not the right man, yeah. The problem with Slot is if he doesn't get sacked in the summer, he's going to get sacked anyway. And then you're talking about he gets sacked in October, November. and we've wasted a season. Just what is the point? I just don't get it. Oh, has it? Do you know what, Sir Pats? How you doing, my man? Yeah, my friend's got a Fire Stick, and yeah, his one packed up yesterday. He was telling me, but my one's doing all right, to be fair. But don't tell anyone at Sky. But yeah, how you doing? You okay? Obviously, you keep us company on the game. I'll talk you through it. McAllister to Gravenberch, Soboslai, right wing Jones. Gomez puts one into the box. McAllister does nothing with it. Bounces off his foot. Deep Aston Villa, but they're breaking. Watkins to his left. Konate tracking, cuts inside, looking for help, support. Back and forth, doubling back in the box. Lindelof, edge of the box, lays it back. 40 yards out. Matty Cash, right hand side. Over to McGinn, right wing. Edge of the box, faced up by Kirkes. Lindelof plays one in to Rodgers, back. Good pressure from Villa. McGinn, right wing. Oh, clever. Morgan Rodgers, byline. Into the box, goes across the goal. It's just about cleared by Gomez for a throw-in, who doesn't give a corner away, but dangerous from Villa. Good clearance by Gomez in the end. Doesn't give away a corner, gives away a throw-in instead. Yeah, so Pat, you're not watching the game, you're just following online? Lovely to have you all in. Right, ball into the box. Kicked over and cleared. Going to be a corner. Cleared by Gravenberch. So it's going to be a Villa corner. Everybody that's in, please do drop a like on the stream. Just press that that thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. It all helps. Thank you very much. Right, ball coming in, corner. This is Villa's first corner, by the way. All right, ball played back by Buendia. Oh, in the box now. Oh, put in the box, put in the net beautifully by Morgan Rodgers, the danger man. Picked out by Tielemans, free in the box, and puts it in 15 yards, left hand side of the box, curls it into the corner. Mamardashvili nowhere near it. Dives, doesn't get anywhere near it. So Villa with the lead. Mamardashvili dives, nowhere near it. It's a good goal, good finish, whipped in. Looking at it, maybe he's a little bit blindsided, but I just look at it and think Alisson saves that. I honestly do. I think Alisson saves that. We've had a lot of possessions at Pats. Before that, we had a lot of possession. It was a good free kick from Villa. We kind of dominated the previous 20 minutes. Villa had broke kind of their first attack in about 15 minutes. Well worked free kick. Given away. Liverpool up against it now. We don't look dangerous in attack at all. But we've got to try and respond. Otherwise, it's a last game of the season job versus Brentford. Trying to hang on for for fifth spot at the moment. Right, Buendia breaking into the Liverpool half. Oh, Watkins, edge of the box. Buendia into the box. Mamardashvili claims. I was saying earlier in the game, St. Pat's, I'm not convinced by... I was saying to Natasha earlier, I'm not convinced by Mamardashvili at all. His position is all wrong. He's too far across on the right. He should have been more central. Just poor. It's a good strike, but keeper's in the wrong spot. He misplaces a pass just now again. He's so shaky, Mamardashvili. I don't rate him. Yeah. Wishful thinking, mate. Thank you for that. Yeah, wishful thinking. Thank you. Cheers. I appreciate it. Well, that's me manifesting a Liverpool goal. So annoying. All right, Szoboszlai hoofs it across the back, gives away an Aston Villa throw. So as it stands, Aston Villa 62 points in fourth, Liverpool on 59. And at this point, we're relying on favours to finish in the Champions League. Absolutely embarrassing. Wait to see how much additional time is. Gravenberch in his own box. Konate scoops one over. Van Dijk. Over to Kirkes. He's looking for the 1-2 of Rio. Rio runs in centrally. Holds onto the ball. Pumps it wide. Curtis Jones. Can he even keep it in? Just about. Gomez. 1-2 with Jones. Is he fouled? No. Buendia. Nice play. Tielemans. Harassed. Gives a foul away by Szoboszlai, who gesticulates. Liverpool need to regroup half time. Don't say that, Natasha. No, what it is, because obviously, if we finish fifth, it's still good enough for Champions League football next season due to the Premier League's high coefficient in Europe. So even if we finish fifth, we still get Champions League football, but that's not the point, is it? Liverpool, champions of England as we stand. 450 million spent in the summer, struggling to make fifth. Shouldn't be the case. Shouldn't be the case. So deflating. But, okay, got to stay positive. Szoboszlai fouls Tielemans again. Is he going to get booked maybe? He smiles. That's the thing. We haven't lost to Aston Villa in about 15 games. Arne Slot always breaking all sorts of records. That's the problem. Right, this ball about to get swung deep into the box. Fairly high line by Liverpool on the edge of the box. Little 1-2. One back by Curtis Jones, but it's a throw-in. Curtis Jones getting a bit frustrated, blasts it into the Villa crowd, who give him a lot of sign language. Right, thrown into the box. Is that going to go for a throw-in? That's a good throw-in. Clever. Right, Matty Cash central. Chased by Kirkes. The ball's getting played back. Konza, back to Martinez. That's probably going to wrap it up. Run down by Szoboszlai, all energy. Long ball. Watkins free, but he's offside. Goes round the key, puts in the net. He should get booked for that. What's he doing? Keeps playing. Yeah, booked by the ref. Liverpool player stopped playing, but Ollie Watkins obviously carries on. He's about 2 yards offside. He knows he's offside. He deserved the booking. Silly from him. Half time. So, Natasha, who do I think will be manager of Chelsea? Very difficult to say because at this moment, I'll take these off because I'm just blasting. Can hear myself shouting into my head. Let me stop the clock as well. Yeah, Isak's injured. Injured again. They haven't said what it is. They haven't even stated what it is. He was obviously injured the previous game. Can't remember if he made the bench last time. No, he didn't even make the bench last week. Or did he? I can't remember now if he made the bench. But yeah, injured again. I mean, honestly, regarding Isak, I've just got this feeling that he's going to go down as the worst transfer in modern history. 125 million we spent. 125 million. He hasn't played 90 minutes for Liverpool yet. Let that sink in. He hasn't played 90 minutes. So I'm hoping this lad goes to the World Cup, has a good tournament, has a full tournament, plays however many games, 3-4 games for Sweden before they eventually get eliminated. Get some 90 minutes under his belt, comes back to Liverpool, gets training. He's got to stay fit next season. You know, him and Wirtz, he's got to stay fit. As for your other question, Natasha, manager of Chelsea, well, obviously they're in talks with Alonso. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Personally speaking, I don't mind what you were saying about Julian Nagelsmann coming to be Liverpool manager. I'll be happy with Nagelsmann or Xabi Alonso, but Xabi Alonso is my first choice. His brand of football is better than Arne Slot's. It's not Jurgen Klopp football. But to be honest with you, Natasha, we're not seeing that type of football again. Not that kind of rock and roll football. We're not seeing that again. I mean, obviously, Liverpool, we've always been known as having that pass and move style of tradition from the boot room days. But as long as we play good football, attacking football, vibrant football, creative football, doesn't always have to be high octane. But yeah, Xabi Alonso plays good football. Nagelsmann plays very good football. So I can understand why you want him. It's just whether he can translate his ideas and his methodology to the Premier League. But yeah, as for Chelsea, it's hard to say at the moment. I'm not sure who else they're looking at. Hopefully they're gonna employ somebody else from within the Strasbourg group, and you know their Blueco group. You know, through that they usually have a manager coming up. They've got Gary O'Neill, that was the Bournemouth and Wolves manager at Strasbourg. So I don't think they're going to do another Liam Rosenior and bring in Gary O'Neill, but you never know. But yeah, I hope they don't get Xabi Alonso. All right, let's run through the halftime stats. Disappointing. Right, we'll run through the halftime stats. So it is 1-0 to Aston Villa at halftime. Morgan Rogers just before the break with that lovely assist from Luca Dean. Luca Dean was played in by Tielemans, who passed a lovely ball over to Morgan Rogers, who slotted it into the right-hand side, past a flailing Mamardashvili. All right, match stats. So Liverpool had a fairly decent half just prior towards the goal. Prior the goal, Liverpool having 56% possession. Aston Villa having 44%. Right, the XG, as usual, extremely low for Liverpool, 0.21 in a half of football. How can you expect to score when all you're outputting is 0.21 expected goals? It's just pathetic. Villa not that much better, 0.24. And like I said, before the goal went in, Liverpool was got a bit of a stranglehold on the game. We were controlling the game. All right, so 4 shots for Villa, 2 on target. 5 shots for Liverpool, 2 on target. 14 touches for Liverpool in the Aston Villa box. 8 touches for Aston Villa in the Liverpool box. So once again, weighted in Liverpool's favour. 2 saves by Emi Martinez, 1 by Mamardashvili. 2 aerial duels, 1 by Villa, 5 by Liverpool. 7 fouls committed by Villa, 3 by Liverpool. 1 corner for Aston Villa. That's the one that led to the goal. 3 for Liverpool. Distance covered, 50.99 kilometres by Liverpool. A whopping 3 kilometres behind Aston Villa. So we've been outrun. Liverpool has been outrun once again. Liverpool doing more walking. Liverpool doing more jogging. Liverpool doing more walking. Liverpool doing less jogging. But Liverpool doing a few more high intensity sprints. So those are the stats. And are there any yellow cards bookings? Yes, there was Matty Cash on the 39th minute and Ollie Watkins for that silly, petulant display where he ran around the keeper and put one in the net. So that is your halftime stats. I'll put the lineups back online. Back to the game. So Natasha asks, I think that Liverpool need to get Nagelsmann in before the World Cup. I know what you mean. I mean, the thing is though, Natasha, obviously he's obviously gonna manage the team at the World Cup. But obviously they can make an agreement before the World Cup. But yeah, I think you're right. Because if you sign him up before the World Cup, get an agreement, get him in, get him on a dotted line and say, okay, cool, he's going to take over after the World Cup, then what you have is, even if Germany go on to win the World Cup or have a complete nightmare, it's more likely he'll walk away. If he stays and has a really good tournament and wins, he might think, yes, lovely jubbly, I'll stay again. And he'll crack on and stay as the German manager. If he comes very close to winning it but fails, you might think, I want one more crack at it. So then all of a sudden, you have less chance of getting him. But because he is such a young manager, I feel like the Germany job will be there for him again in the future if he wants it. He's a man, he's not even, I think Nagelsmann off the top of my head, he's only about 36 years of age. Very young manager, very experienced, but very young. He's definitely not near his 40s. So, if you can get him into the Prem, let him try something new, and he can be Liverpool manager for a good while, try other clubs, other big clubs, and he can go back to Germany's late 50s or whatever. Who do I think will win the World Cup? Actually, let me see. Only 4 clubs made a profit in the 24-25 season. Liverpool, Bournemouth, Palace and Ipswich. We blew the profit on bad choices. So Pats, I think we definitely messed up. I mean, to be honest with you, the Isak signing didn't really blow me away. When we were linked to him, of course, I'm happy to get a player of his calibre, but because he was snaking Newcastle and wasn't abiding by the rules or going to training and all that sort of stuff, I wasn't happy with his temperament and his ideas. And when we paid 125 for this lad, I thought we massively overpaid, to be honest. I think 95 tops. That's it. No more. But yeah, we didn't spend well, to be honest. Natasha, who do you think will win a World Cup? I think Spain, France or Argentina. Those are my 3 choices. I think I'd make Argentina slight favourites from France and then Spain. How about yourself? Personally, don't rate Isak. I don't rate Florian Wirtz. Really don't rate them at all. I mean, Isak, the thing with Isak, he's always scored against us. He always does well against us, but he's always giving Van Dijk the and whatnot. Wirtz I do rate, but he looks so lightweight in the Prem. Obviously, and he's bulked up as well in the Prem. But either way, these 2 players they've got to step up next season. we've got to pin our hopes on them. They've got to be the catalyst for us to turn a form around. This is why I don't mind Xabi Alonso coming in, because, well, and Nagelsmann as well, because, you know, he's worked. Both of those two managers have worked with Wirtz, and we need to make that signing work. Who do you think will be the player of the World Cup tournament? Obviously, usually the player comes from the team that wins it. Now, personally, I think Argentina's going to win the World Cup. Is Messi still going to have it in him to dominate the World Cup like he did last time? Possibly so. So if I had to put my neck on the line, even though I think Argentina's favourites, France second and Spain third, I will go with, it'll be obviously a player of whoever wins the tournament. So it's either going to be Messi, Lamine Yamal, or Mbappe. That's my opinion. How about yourself? What do you think? Lamine Yamal, yep, good shout. My concern for this boy is that he just turned 18, I think, or he's recently turned 18. He's had a lot of football. I'm worried that they're gonna ruin this kid. I see a bit of a Michael Owen. Obviously, he's better than Michael Owen, but obviously more talented. But you get the premise. Like, Michael Owen was burnt out and finished at the top level at 24 years of age, and Lamine Yamal needs to be ushered in a bit slower than what he is. He's already had well over 100 games for Barcelona, probably up to about 120 games for Barcelona already. It's too much. I think, and once you've kind of uncorked the bottle or uncorked the wine bottle, you can't put the cork back in. So Lamine Yamal is unlikely to ever really get any true rest again. You know, this is a young kid. He's going to be at the World Cup now. Plays 50, 60 games for Barcelona a season. We've seen what happened with McAllister in our team. That guy looks absolutely shot to bits. That's a player I want moved on. I've always liked Alexis McAllister. I think he's a great player, but his legs are gone. This guy does not get a rest. He's played 5-6 years of football continuously around the clock. No breaks. He's finished. yeah, with his background. That's the thing, isn't it? It's like, my origins, I'm mixed race. So my mum was white English and my dad's Nigerian. So I've got African and English background. And if you made a world 11 of players that were genetically from African descent, wow, you know, Morocco, obviously Lamine Yamal, Zidane, Algeria. Do you know what I mean? There's so many players. Mbappe, I think Cameroon. So it's like, you know, obviously, they do play for their countries. Their nationalities are their nationalities. They can represent who they want. But what I'm getting at is that some of the players at the genetically African backgrounds are absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Literally, the world's best talent seems to derive from a lot of African genetics, basically. Yeah, great player. Great player. Lamine Yamal. But yeah, I think him and Pedri would be the standouts for Spain this summer. And yeah, you can see. I don't know off the top of my head what the group stages, what the groups are, and how the seedings are going to work yet. But you know, I'm thinking it'd be Argentina, France, Spain. If they're if it can kind of go that way, depending on how the seedings work. Yeah, you know, Argentina, Spain, France. One of those three teams will win the tournament. I do hope England win it, personally speaking. I want England to win a World Cup, but I don't see it. We went on holiday to Morocco and we got our son some... Yeah, I hear you, Natasha. Yeah, you got to get a cheeky football shirt. You know, one of those special shirts. But the thing is, though, they're such good quality these days. You can't even tell the difference. And I don't even know where they're going with football shirts these days. £125 for a Player Pro version. I mean, that's without all of the names, the numbers, etc. It's an absolute joke. It's actually quite disgusting, to be honest. £80 for a regular shirt. And, you know, £125 for the special shirt. Natasha, when are you going to subscribe to my channel? You could be... lucky number 50 for me. I'm stuck on 49 subscribers at the moment. and you could be the 50th subscriber to my channel. So go and hit that subscribe button. Make your boy Ade happy. Right, we're kicking off second half. Let's go. Right, let's get this clock on. Right, we're back underway. Right. So who came on for? Barkley came on. Who did he come on for? Let me just quickly find out. Ross Barkley came on for Lindelof. Oh, Natasha, you're an angel. You're my 50th subscriber. Absolutely adore you. Thank you. I'm going to make a special video and I'm going to shout your name out. So that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. It's lovely in life just to make little milestones. So yes, 50 subscribers. I'm really chuffed. Absolutely brilliant. So Villa, bit of head tennis with Liverpool. Would you? Oh, well, it's going to be a new mouse in a minute. Seeing as I've just thrown mine on the floor. You have to let me know what you want, Natasha. But give me one moment. I need to pick that mouse up. I got mice on the floor, people. I got mice everywhere. Right, I'm back. Dusted off the mouse. Mouse on the floor. Mamardashvili races out in his box. Jesus, he's not even under any pressure. And he barely is able to pick up the ball. The guy's a bag of nerves. He's like a kitten. Oh, Sepp Pats, what's happened, mate? You're saying come on? Is that because you want a prize as well, mate? You have to let me know what you want, Natasha. I'm gonna actually saying that. I'm gonna. What prize on offer? You've got me now. Listen, with this skin, I can blush. I'll even turn red soon. I'll have to think on it. I'll let you know. But stick around on the channel as the channel grows, and I'll let you know. All right, ball played in midfield. Soboslai racing clear, right hand side, down the wing, unopposed. Whips one into the box, straight into Martinez's hands. Saying that, I do plan to, I was thinking to myself that once I get a little bit more established, I'd like to do some kind of prizes, giveaways and whatnot, because it's obviously lovely to interact with people and give something back, basically. I've always been quite a generous person, and I've always kind of lived and worked in a capacity where, you know, I've always given up a lot of my free time. I actually work, as well as my normal job, I work, good win back by Gravenberch. Yeah, as well as my regular job, I do some volunteering in a charity shop and whatnot, because it's always nice to give back to, you know, people less fortunate than yourself, etc. That's not me doing the whole violin thing, but just saying, I guess we're all wired the way we're wired, you know. Curtis Jones lays runs across midfield. Liverpool have Villa pressed in the half. Right, Rio skins Matty Cash. Oh, just lets it run out of play. Does it stay on? Jones? Did it? Ooh, Gomez thunders one in. Looked like Rio Ingamoa didn't keep it in, but no flag to say it was out. So it's a good chance for Liverpool there. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you so much. That's the thing as well. Another reason why I did start this is because I've always wanted to give it a go. I've always thought I'd find it enjoyable. I've always liked to connect with people anyway. And what I've kind of found sad in modern times is this whole banter culture where we want to, put other people down or or take joy in the misery of others. Now, look, I'm not a saint in life. Do you know what I mean? I'm not perfect like everybody else, but I was saying in the build up to the game is that I don't like Man United, for example. We're Liverpool fans. I don't like Man United. I want Man United to lose every game going. But once the game's over, I don't want I've got friends that are Man United friends. A couple of my best mates are Man United fans. But I don't wish for I don't wish for my friends' downfall. And I remember when I was younger and Liverpool didn't lose. I remember being younger and Liverpool lost the game on a Saturday night. And I was due to go out and I'd be like, oh, I'd be in such a bad mood. I wouldn't want to go out. I'd let it ruin my weekend. It was ridiculous. Obviously, we mature as we go along. But some people don't get past that. There's people out there that, and let's have it right, even it'll be in our own fan base. There'll be Liverpool fans that if we lose this game today, they're going to have a stinker of a weekend. They're going to mistreat their partners or not be very nice to their kids, etc. And it's like, come on, like, you know, we've got to love the game for what it is and be passionate. But this whole toxicity and banter culture that we live in, I'm not about it at all. I'm not here for the demise and laughing at others and whatnot. Yeah, you can have a little joke at your friend's expense, a little bit. But when it starts to get poisonous, that's what I'm not about. And there's way too much of it in today's society. And especially in this YouTube world with football, you know, I'm not about it at all. So thank you for saying that. Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just try and be a nice person, get on with each other, have a laugh, enjoy the football, and that's it. Sobozai lines up this free kick. Loads of Liverpool players in the box. Who's going to win the FA Cup tomorrow? City. I think it's going to be City. Right, put into the box. Van Dijk! Yes! Yes, let's go. Van Dijk gives it the celebration here. Beautiful cross whipped in by Sobers. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, don't rule it out. Oh, are they checking for offside? Complaining about something? Oh, it's going to be checked. I don't know. But it's beautifully whipped in. It's being checked. Let's have a look. Oh, they're saying that something's happened. Morgan Rogers. Nothing there. That's a goal. They cannot rule that out. I'm so confident. I'm going to update the score. Cash moaning about being manhandled by little Rio. There's no way. If that gets overturned, the game is gone. I'm telling you. There's no offside. Van Dijk, lovely header. The captain puts us level. Let's go. Come on. What are they looking for? They're still looking. I'm so confident this can't get over. If this gets overturned, this is a joke. On the slot, whinging. Why is it even being checked? It's not offside. Get out of it. 1-1. Let's go. There's no way that could get ruled off. Absolutely ridiculous. VAR makes me sick. I can't stand it. But yeah, Natasha, I think City's going to win the FA Cup tomorrow. They're too strong. They rested players in midweek. Chelsea don't really have the firepower. They're not going to be able to contain Man City for 90 minutes or extra time. Life is hard enough, and especially for the young kids of today. I'm 51 years old and we had no gadgets, no internet, etc. But we went out and played and did lots of things most kids today don't. Natasha, I'm from a similar vintage myself. I'm from a similar time myself, similar age. And, we grew up in the time, no internet, no crazy gadgets, no anything to distract us. I had little bits and bobs and stuff, of course. But, when I wasn't outside playing football and it wasn't late, I was outside until it was dark, playing football, hanging with my friends, grew up on an estate, etc. Not that makes me salt of the earth or anything, but, we all come from where we come from, but we were kids that played outside. It was just different times, whereas now, you try and tell your kid to go outside. I mean, my children are long grown up, more or less. My youngest is 17. Once your kids are like, well, not my kids, because I used to force my kids outside to play. I didn't mess about. But I'm quite a hands-on dad, no messing about. Kids these days, 7, 8-year-olds, you've got to convince them to go outside now. You've got to push them outside. And this is what sums it up. You send kids outside to play now, they take it like it's a form of punishment. What is going on? Watkins broke free, puts it into the net, but it's offside. He's lucky he doesn't get sent off for ignoring the yellow card, ignoring the offside again. But Watkins races into the Liverpool half. He's already 4 yards offside. Races clear, rounds Mamardashvili, puts it into empty net. He's offside. He might get sent off here, you know. Because he got a yellow card for the same thing in the first half. No, but it has made us better adults and respect our parents better. Yeah, 100%. All right, Ingemar, edge of the box. Cuts back inside, checks. Shoots. Oh my God, it's a post! Oh, what a shot by Rio Ingemar. Does his thing, edge of the box. Jinks inside, smashes one, 25 yards. Swerves, bends, beats Martinez, all ends up, and cannons back off the post. What a strike that was. Unbelievable strike. It's his party piece. Oh, we're talking about it's inches from going in. Inches. What a strike. This such a talent, this boy, honestly. Right. Speaking of kids, I've got my son messaging me. So let me just see what he wants. What's up, mate? I'm on a live stream, so what's up? Don't send a message with a voice note. Just type it, yeah? I'm busy. Oh, I did. I thought I muted the microphone. All right, Liverpool. Villa back in front. Villa back in front. Shoddy defending from Liverpool. Barely saw the build-up because I was messaging my son. Put across the box. Mamardashvili nowhere near it. The ball trickles into the net. Mamardashvili does very little. I need to see it again, but it's poor. Looks poor. Careless play from Soboslai, who head in his hands. All right, what's happened? Let's have a look. Right, Soboslai receives the ball. Oh, he slips, falls. Ball gets played in. Watkins. Mamardashvili's positioning is poor once again. He's in the wrong spot. He's 3 yards over from where he should be. And the ball just gets tapped into the net. Mamardashvili's positioning twice now is poor. He is not good enough. Not good enough as a goalkeeper. I've seen enough. I've seen enough from Mamardashvili. So Liverpool Liverpool were whiskers away from being 2-1 up and are now 2-1 down. And now Villa, they burst through again. Watkins nearly scores again. Oh, Natasha, I'd sack him in the... Yeah, sorry, user PI, you know. I'm new to streaming, so I'm trying my best, but I'm trying to communicate with the chat as well. But thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. You know, if I was Liverpool, yeah, I'd be getting rid of Slot tonight, to be honest. Right, Aston Villa breaking into the box again. So it's all Aston Villa at the moment. User PI, you're trolling me. You must be someone that knows me. You trying to say I look like Trevor Sinclair? Well, I don't mind, because Trevor Sinclair's a handsome guy, so I'll take it, mate. I got injured. I had a lot of pace for West Ham before I got my injury. I'll have you know, user PI. But thanks for the comment. I'm trying my best. Right. Ball back with Villa. Martinez. Liverpool chase him down. I didn't even know that, Natasha. Is that a fact? Well, I think over here we're a little bit too liberal. Not that I get into politics, but in terms of the way we don't scrutinise the way we're doing things in this country. Yeah, I'll make you right. There should be more control over things and the way we're raising our young ones. Liverpool trying to burst through into the box. Szoboszlai, the ball taken off him by Barkley. Villa breaking now. So I missed the goal because my son was messaging me. Asked him what he wanted. He said nothing. So cheers for that. Let me miss all the action. But, you know, when your children are messaging, you need to know what they're doing. Well. Hello, Swerve. How you doing, mate? Swerve, good to see you, mate. Drop a like on the channel, please, my man. Drop a like on the stream. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, 2-1. What do you think of the game, Merv? What do you think of the game so far? Yeah, Liverpool, mate, as I said to you, if they keep Arne Slot, they're doing nothing, mate. They're going nowhere. Right. Little bit unlucky, obviously, with Swerve. A little bit unlucky with, you know, the Rio Ingamoa shot, if you saw it. I don't know if you did. But, yeah, they were a little bit unlucky. You know, cannon off the post. Great run. You know, by Rio Ingamoa, edge of the box, 25 yards, smashes it off the bottom post. Could have gone in. Then you're talking about Liverpool being 2-1 up. Yeah, what did you think? It was a great shot. Very unlucky. But it's just poor from Szoboszlai. Lost his foot in, and that's it, 2-1 down. Right, Gomez, yellow card there. Swerve, your team, United. Obviously, we've spoken, off stream. What are your thoughts on Carrick getting the job? It's looking like you're going to get Carrick for 2 seasons. What are your thoughts, my man? And thank you for everyone in the chat. Please drop a like on the stream. And if you're in the background, please drop a like on the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Even from my new friend, User PI, who mugged me off saying I look like Trevor Sinclair. But that's all right, because Trevor Sinclair used to model for The Gap. So I'll take that. How about that, User PI? Right. So Swerve says, I think based on what he has done, he has to get the job. He has won the most points since he has been in. So what more can he do? It's so true. I think the problem for obviously Carrick is that they probably didn't expect him to do so well. So because he's done so well, that's the problem with the caretaker. When the caretaker does such a good job, you've got to give him the job. So it is what it is. So that's it. He'll be your new manager and you've got to see what he can do. Right, corner for Liverpool. And then I will read out your message, Natasha. Salah getting ready to come on. Lovely. So we're going to get at least half an hour of the Egyptian king. Szoboszlai taking a corner for the right-hand side. Can they find somebody a set piece? Liverpool about to make 3 changes. Slot desperate for the point. Corner comes in. Breaks. Oh. If Liverpool get Nagelsmann and Silence, he will thrive with the challenge and to get Liverpool back to where they were. Yeah, you're very much in on Nagelsmann, Natasha. I'll be happy with that signing. And if they back him, he'll do well as a Liverpool manager. But we just need to slot out. Oh, it's breaking. Oh, Marmonashvili makes a save. Just about. John McGinn. Villa, edge of the box. Cash, recycles. Watkins. Barkley, edge of the box. Barkley recycles. Tielemans. Villa moving it around, in control. Swerve says, Pep got the chance to Barcelona before he managed anyone else. Company got relegated and got Bayern. Yeah, good point. And Carrick did a good job at Middlesbrough, to be fair. So it's not like he's a complete novice. He knows the Man United traditions. He knows the standards. He won things as a player. He knows what it takes. Multiple Premier League champion. He knows what it takes to be part of the Man United setup, doesn't he? So, and he's done well this season. So there's no reason that I think if they make good signings, as we discussed before, if Man United can make 4 or 5 really good signings, then they could be in business. Listen, there is no evidence that anyone will do well anywhere. Mourinho, United and Spurs, Conte, LVG, etc. Natasha says, but United will not win trophies with Carrick. So a little bit of animosity in the chat with the United and the Liverpool fan. Right, Chiesa comes on. Florian Wirtz comes on. And Mo Salah comes on. Gravenberch off. Joe Gomez off. So Liverpool going for the equaliser. Oh, Chiesa. Through the legs of Digne, fouled. Slot is definitely going for the draw. Here's the thing, if they get the point, that will more or less seal Champions League qualification. Unless Brighton win 2 games and Liverpool lose to Brentford in the last game of the season. Can Liverpool somehow snatch defeat from the jaws of victory by not qualifying for the Champions League? Incredible. Right, Szoboszlai whips one in from the byline. Deep, same as before. Martinez spills. Long pass out. This is going to be a goal here. It's going to be a goal. Oh, he's messed that up. That should be a goal. That should be 3-1. Poor from Aston Villa. Liverpool all over the shop. Poor, so poor. That should be 3-1, game over. Oh, through? Ooh. To be fair, Di Matteo did manage West Brom in the Championship, but it didn't last very long and they sacked him after that. But I take your point. He didn't really do anything. And that's the thing. Sometimes, basically what you're saying as well, is that sometimes the role of a manager can be a little bit overrated as well. But in saying that Chelsea team that Di Matteo had was... that team that Di Matteo had was... It can more or less manage itself. Do you know what I mean? Champions League qualification. Unless Brighton win 2 games and Liverpool lose to Brentford in the last game of the season. Ranieri was a very good manager. Snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Very good manager. Yeah, so anything is possible, is what you're saying. But I know how you think anyway. You do side on the fact that anything is a possibility. And at the end of the day, at the start of a season, anything is possible, right? So Liverpool approaching the 7th minute, long ball. Liverpool look ragged at the back, so open. Corner, bounces off Chiesa. Digne tries to play one in, bounce off Chiesa. Corner. Liverpool ragged at the back. Andoni Iraola, great job at Bournemouth. Obviously, the Brighton manager, Herzl, doing a good job as well, but Iraola, only 7 defeats all season, got Bournemouth in 6. Unbelievable. Salah being spoken to by Slot, giving instructions, just get him on. Cash bends one in. McGinn all over the place. Martinez boots one out wide. Cash wide left. Buendia into the box. Jinx looking for the spot. Hits the post. Would have been a great goal. Mamardashvili rooted to the spot. Absolutely nowhere near it. I'm telling you now, any Liverpool fan in the chat, anyone watching this or hears this later, Mamardashvili is not good enough. He is not good enough. to be a top-rate Premier League goalkeeper. I've seen enough. Look at if Bournemouth win the next game, it's going to be sticky for Liverpool in the last game. You might finish 6th. Yeah, 100%. The only saving grace to Liverpool, Swerve, is that Bournemouth have Man City next. Now, obviously, they could beat Man City. It's Bournemouth at home to Man City, but obviously, City going for the title, you're expecting a City win, or at least worst case, probably a draw. So I'm not as worried about Bournemouth. It's a bit like our conversation out at Brighton. They might be the sticky point. VAR check for violent conduct. McAllister on the floor holding his face. Not sure what happened. I'm too busy chatting. But yeah, great shot from... Right, so Konza smashes down McAllister's hand. McAllister pushes players in the chest. Oh, McAllister, embarrassing. Konza and McAllister handbags, gripping each other's shirt. Konza pushes lightly McAllister in the face, and he doesn't even push him in the face, kind of pushes him on the top of his chest, goes down holding his face. Embarrassing. And that's my player there as well. Embarrassed. Just get up. What are you doing? Embarrassing. If Bournemouth win the next game, it's yeah. But yeah, I think Liverpool is going to be all right. Just about. I think Liverpool are just about going to fall over the line into the Champions League spot. The chances are they probably will beat Brentford last game of the season, or will draw at least. So at home, just get on with the game. Absolutely ridiculous. Embarrassing from Alexis McAllister. Get up and get on with it. Ridiculous. All right, 72nd minute. McAllister and Konza arguing with each other. Ridiculous. All right, corner coming in. McAllister and Konza still going at it. McGinn puts one in. Three 3-1 Aston Villa. Mamardashvili palms it back out. Mamardashvili not good enough. People are going to look at that and say I'm being harsh, but I've seen enough. He's not good enough. Liverpool on the verge of basically being battered now. They're checking for a penalty instead. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. If it's a goal, just get on with the game. Oh, so they might rule out the goal and give a penalty, they're saying. Ugh. Brentford isn't an easy game, you're right. But it's Liverpool's last home game of the season. Usually, last home game of the season, goal stands. Natasha says, do you think Chelsea will benefit with only one game next season? Obviously, it's not over yet. They could still qualify for Europe through the back door, depending on what Villa do with the Champions League qualification, etc. Chelsea could finish 8th and might nick a European spot. But let's say they don't. Yeah, they'll really do well. And I'm telling you now, if Chelsea do get Alonso and only have one game a week, you can put them in a title race mix, especially if they spend good money as well, getting some players. Chelsea with one game a week. Okay, put it this way. If Man United have done what they've done this season, Chelsea could do that next season with more signings, a squad that has got a year more maturity. So Chelsea could do easily what Man United have done this season with only one game in a week, 100%. Arne Slot resigned on the side. Van Dijk, recriminations, it's just poor. Aston Villa 3, Liverpool 1. Swerve, you're asking whether Chelsea can spend money. When do Chelsea ever not spend money? They always find a way. They sell a swimming pool to their Uncle Jack down at Cobham, the training ground or something. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea would do some kind of shady shenanigans to end up spending money. But, yeah. I'm not sure if they've been sanctioned where they... Is it maybe in the... There's something... I think you're right. There's something they can't do. They're not allowed to do something, but they'll find a way. Surely Slot's gone, Natasha. They're going to let him see out the rest of the season. They're not going to make a change now, but surely... First week... You asked me at the beginning of the stream. Last week of May, somewhere between after the final game next weekend and the beginning of June the 1st, he's got to... If he's not gone by June the 1st, like I said to you, he's staying. But they've got to get rid of him. He's a shambles. We're so open at the back. This game, even though I've taken my eye off the developments, this game can end up 4-1, 5-1. Do you know what I mean? It's not good enough. Oh, if he loses against... if he loses to Brentford, he's sacked. But the thing is, though, he could still lose to Brentford and they could still finish in the top 4. Because if Brighton don't win their game tomorrow, that means they can't catch Liverpool mathematically either. So Bournemouth might not beat City, which is unlikely as well. And then Liverpool could still lose to Brentford and still finish in the Champions League positions. But the point of it is this. How can Liverpool be champions, spend all that money and just about get into the Champions League through UEFA coefficient 5th place? Imagine if the English teams hadn't done so well, England wouldn't have a 5th place. Ridiculous. But Liverpool have absolutely no midfield. They get run through like anybody's business. It's just shambolic. Curtis Jones. Right, Salah's on. Edge of the box, getting booed. Jones back to Salah, right wing. Slips in Jones, lovely ball. Across the box. Cleared by McGinn. Watkins defending. Plays it back, loses it. Verts into the box. Does nothing but does win a corner. But last season, apparently McAllister and Grab were classed as world class. But the thing is, they were brilliant last year. But what I would say is that McAllister's legs have fallen off this season, mate. This is a player that has... We've had discussions in the past about Fabinho, legs dropping off, certain Brazilian players, etc. McAllister has been rinsed since 18-19. He's been rinsed. Never had a break. His legs are gone. McAllister's 27, but really, in footballing terms, he's going on 32. Ball comes into the box. Verts brings down Watkins. Poor challenge from Verts. Well, I've never rated McAllister as world class, but he was brilliant last season. Him and Gravenberch were two of the best midfielders, factually last season. They were brilliant. But this is the thing. Players don't become this bad overnight. And the common denominator is the manager. Like, I'll put it this way to you, Swerve. I'll put this to you. You're a Man United fan. You've watched Carrick do wonders with Man United players this season. These are the same players that were under Amorim, under Ten Hag. Obviously, well, maybe not under Ten Hag, because obviously the new players coming in, but you take the point, apart from the forwards that came in. Man United look like a different side. A new voice. Getting back to basics. So sometimes it's not the players, it is the manager in charge. And this manager, Arne Slot, he is not cutting it. Yeah, Natasha says, so why don't the board go and talk to Nagelsmann now and get it done? Ingamoa into the box, Jinkin, spins, loses. You know what it is, Natasha? We just have to be patient. And we just got to be patient and hope that they're going to be sensible and see what everyone else sees. I just cannot believe Liverpool can go into next season with this manager and that the hierarchy at the club are going to think, yeah, this guy can turn it around. It just doesn't make sense. Jones to McAllister. Liverpool a bit of possession for the last 5 minutes. Yes, Swerve, not many consistent players in the Prem, for sure. Is that just because of the cut and thrust of the Prem, or is it just the standard of football these days? Villa playing it round the back. Ball played out. Kirkus harassing McGinn. Good strength. Barkley bursting through, charging through the empty, vacuous midfield. Plays a poor ball out to Morgan Rogers. A better ball and he's in. Liverpool open once again in midfield. Put in centrally. Edge of the box. McGinn lofts one in. Nearly finds Watkins back post. Liverpool ragged. One back by Liverpool, edge of the box. Chiesa. Soboslai charging. Barkley left in his wake. Plays it too far ahead himself. Loses the ball. 10 minutes to go. 8 minutes. Bit of a seesaw kind of game now. But Villa with a commanding 3-1 lead. Natasha says, do you think if Liverpool could had Nagelsmann as their manager, what players they could attract? I mean, I think Liverpool is obviously the institution it's a big club, big name. So of course, they're always going to be able to get a certain level of signing. But I think because you've got connections in the German league, you could definitely get a lot of players out of the German Bundesliga, especially from the Leipzig clubs, because you've obviously got Jurgen Klopp in charge, who is the CEO of the club, as it were, or the chief executive officer. FSG are already 3 steps ahead. They are smart operators and generally make the right decision. They've already decided Slot's future. So Pats, you're very calm and you talk a lot of sense. This is what I think as well. Good ball in. I agree with you. I think that they're not. Put it this way, so Pats, what you've just said in your thing, that's what I think about FSG as well. They are shrewd operators. They're not stupid. They're moneyball operatives. They think about their investments. And if they keep Slot after this season, they are everything that they're everything that you're saying that they're not. That they are, sorry. They're the opposite, basically. Ball comes in, flicked over. Therefore, I believe, like you, they're going to do the right thing. I just can't see how they keep this man. One down, knocked down. Chiesa. Remember, Isak and Ekatike are missing. Yeah, they are. But ultimately, I think like whether you've got Isak, Ekatike, these guys, it doesn't make a difference. Every game Liverpool go into, Isak has 7 to 9 touches the whole match. It's not enough because the foundations aren't right. He just hasn't put the team together properly. It's poor. Natasha says, under Carrick, United have been lucky but also play boring football. Slot has not got it like Liverpool had Klopp, but he was part of the community. I agree with some parts of that. I mean, there's some games where United are a little bit boring, to be fair. But there's some games where I've watched United have played some very good football. And what I would say, as a Liverpool fan, Man United have played better football than Liverpool this season. And that can't be denied. Man United have played better football than Liverpool this season. And that's scandalous. From being champions, that shouldn't happen. Right, so Emi Martin is holding back Van Dijk. They're checking for a penalty. We was definitely sport with Klopp. Oh, 100%. 100%. Right. They took about a minute and a half to check a penalty by a pull on Martinez. It's like VAR is literally just a waste of time. Such a waste of time. Looks like Ria Ingamo is going to finish the full 90 minutes. Emi Buendia is coming off for Ian Matson. Well, just the thing, it's like, whether it's a pen or not, why does it take that long to decide it's not a penalty? Either give the penalty quickly or don't. Just move on. Personally, the keeper holding back the player like that is ridiculous, but that's all it seems to be these days. Players cheating in the box left, right and centre. It's absolutely scandalous. Poor. Kirk has back to Marmadashvili. Good feet on the edge of the box from Barkley. Tielemans cut, snuffed out by Kirkes. Arne Slot, pensive on the touchline. They just put a stat out. Arne Slot, he lost 4 games in his first 45 games. So he's had 4 losses in his first 45, and now he's had 25 losses in his last 67 matches. 25 losses in his last 67 matches. Arne Slot is entering the territory. I don't even think it was this bad for Man United under Ten Hag. I'm serious. It's diabolical. Right, Wirtz in the box. Chiesa in the box. Chiesa, McAllister, 1-2. Chiesa, edge of the box, swings one in, drops wide, header one back. Szoboszlai tries to recycle, Van Dijk. Ball whipped into the box, straight to the keeper. Yeah, VAS poor. I don't think it was that bad under Ten Hag. I hear you, Merv. I don't think. Obviously, the position of Man United was awful under Ten Hag. But this is, 25 defeats for the Premier League champions. 25 defeats in the last 67 games. Absolutely ridiculous. This keeper, honestly. Yeah, I hear you, Natasha. That goal against West Ham for Arsenal, I wasn't happy with that being ruled out. But this is the problem. Everyone's jumping all over each other in the box. Every club seems to be cheating or looking for the advantage, the little gains, grappling. It looked like Declan Rice was about to suplex someone before Raya was adjudged to be fouled. It was just ridiculous. So there was like about 5-6 players all committing fouls. Ridiculous. Right, central, Watkins. I told you this keeper is not it. McGinn just plants one, top bins. I called it early. This keeper is not it. He's never set right. His positioning is all wrong. Liverpool absolutely destroyed by Aston Villa. Absolutely destroyed by Aston Villa. Natasha, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the result that Liverpool need to get rid of this guy. Right. I need to see where the goalkeeper's positioned again. Ball comes edge of the box. Watkins lays it across. Outside of the box. Marmadashvili. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on him for the goal. I still don't think he's good enough. But this man is 6'5", gets his hand on it and can't keep it out. It's a great goal, but you get your hand on it. You're 6'5" as a keeper. I'm not having him. I'm not having Marmadashvili. Yeah, he gets a hand on it, still puts it top bins. 4-1 Aston Villa. Absolutely embarrassing. Aston Villa will march on to the Europa League final in the highest of spirits. They've clinched Champions League football. And Liverpool are struggling and floundering in the mud. In the absolute mud for the Champions League position. Marvel Smith, thank you for the comment. That was top bins, bro. But still, Marmadashvili got his hand on it. You've got to keep that out. Don't get me wrong. If it goes top bins, Marvel, and it beats you, fine. But you get your hand in it as a keeper. This Georgian keeper is a lanky guy, 6'5", diving, full stretch, got his hand on it. You got fingers in it, you got 4 or 5 fingers on it. Tip it over. Alisson saves that. Because Alisson gets his hand on it, he makes sure he's got a strong hand. So disappointed. 8 minutes, put us out of our misery. Additional time, 8 minutes, put us out of our misery, please. Jesus. Shambles. Mo Salah to Jones, Konate. Right, played 1-2. What's Liverpool got? Ingamoa? Corner. Well defended by Villa. Natasha talking about United when Liverpool lose to Wolves, everyone. There's not much we can say to that one, Natasha. We're just defeat after defeat. Draw after draw. Win the odd game here or there, then back to defeat. It's just pathetic. Ball into the box. Van Dijk scores 4-2. High scoring game. Hardly a sound when Liverpool score. Great cross into the box. Kirkes. Soboslai. Van Dijk well onside. Bounce off Konate. Flicked in by Van Dijk. Means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things though. Updating my score timer there. Slaughter's gone, I reckon. Announcement either later or tomorrow morning. It won't happen, Natasha. Not till the end of the season. They just won't do it. They just won't do it. Villa breaking in. Luka Dean, unchallenged, runs 30 yards. It's unchallenged in midfield. Sorry, it's Barkley, sorry. Unchallenged in midfield. Natasha, I don't think they'll make the announcement until after the season. They've gone all this time and let him stay in the job. I would have sacked Slot after the Nottingham Forest 3-0 defeat at Anfield and the 4-1 at home to PSV. They happened in the same week, if you remember, in December. That's when I would have sacked him. And they've let him stay since then. 9 defeats in 12. And then they had that poor run with no winning, like 9 games, drawing with all of the bottom teams in the league. And it's just been shambolic. Like put wide by Sancho. Watkins turns. He's been a thorn in Liverpool's side today. Ollie Watkins played a really good game. Matson. Digne. Spins inside. Barkley. Cuts through. He's going to win a foul, 25 yards out. Possibly lose, yeah. Possibly will lose Alonso swerve. I was saying earlier, obviously you joined a little bit later in the chat. I was saying my choices that I want for manager. Alonso first. Alonso, Nagelsmann. Then after that, I'm happy for the club to make a decision. Slot knows he's going. I hope so, Sir Pats. It's just ridiculous. 4-2. These are the teams, 4th and 5th. Liverpool made so many blunders this season. Just get this guy off the camera. He just winds me up. Looking at his face just winds me up. Right, why did I take the flipping 4-1 down? Where's the 4-2? Let's put it back. Give Virgil his goal back. Right, Digne or Matson to hit it. Ball bounces off the wall. The takeaway from this game is Liverpool are not good enough. They're a shambles. No organisation. No midfield. Without Alisson, they barely have a keeper. At this point, I trust the third choice, Freddie Woodman, more than I trust Mamardashvili. And I don't trust Woodman. So that tells you it all. Liverpool need a new goalkeeper. At least 2 wingers. They're not going to get more than 2, but they need 2 wingers. They need a goalkeeper, they need a defensive midfielder, and they need a new manager. Absolutely disgusting. Ball back to... Yeah, I mean, that's the rumour, Merv. Apparently, it's not more or less a done deal, but Alisson wants to go now. Juve want him. And Liverpool know he's only got a year left on his contract. Why would you get rid of one of the best goalkeepers in the world for 10 to 12 million? Just keep him. He's better than any keeper we've got by an absolute mile. Still for me, the best keeper in the Prem. Everyone can have their opinion. Obviously, he's a little bit injury prone, but when he's fit, he's the best keeper in the Prem still. But, yeah, shambles. Sobo's like edge of the box. Tries to go round Pau Torres, but plays it out. But, you know, with the rumours that Slot are staying, look at all the players that want to leave. Alisson wants to leave. Robertson leaving. Mo Salah leaving. You know, three legends of the club leaving. Joe Gomez, 11 years Liverpool, apparently leaving. Ball into the box. Jones wins the header. Emi Martinez comes and catches it. So tomorrow I'll be looking at the Brighton result now, wondering, I think, who's Brighton got tomorrow off the top of my head? I know they finished with Man United. So at this point, oh my God, I've just thought about the scenario. Imagine this for a scenario. Brighton win tomorrow, or whenever their game is. Yeah. Swerve, check this out. Imagine Brighton win their game tomorrow. Liverpool lose the last game of the season to Brentford, and Man United have Brighton at home. Is it possible that Man United want to lose to Brighton if it means Liverpool don't get Champions League? Imagine that. That is actually a possibility. Incredible. So now I'm going to be cheering on Man United next weekend to make sure they don't lose to Brighton. Incredible. A Liverpool fan wanted Man United to win to make sure we get Champions League. And that is the full-time whistle. The full-time whistle has blown at Villa Park. Aston Villa beat Liverpool 4-2. Yep, you did say to me that Brighton could beat Man United last game of the season. I'm going to have a quick look at the league table. So I'll put the league table on. So let's have a look. Premier League table. Liverpool in 5th. Villa confirmed top 4. So the top 4 is set. Villa can't finish. So Man United finished 3rd. That's definite. Arsenal, City, Man United, Aston Villa will be the top 4. Liverpool currently in 5th. Bournemouth can still catch Liverpool. Brighton can still catch Liverpool. Brighton tomorrow have Leeds away, Brighton. So I'm cheering on Leeds tomorrow. What a joke. I'm cheering on Leeds tomorrow to try and stop Brighton. Absolutely incredible. Shambles. Absolute shambles. Natasha says, Klopp might come back. Never say never. I'll take Jurgen back tomorrow, Natasha. I'll take him back in a heartbeat. Best manager in my lifetime. Swerve says, I said this the other day. Brighton not easy. Yeah, Brighton not easy. But then I did say to you, Brighton would get smoked by Newcastle. All right, they didn't get smoked, but I said they'd lose. And they did. They're away to Leeds tomorrow. The problem with anything, and you guys are all football fans, you'll know, when it's your team's last home game of the season, you usually step up. You usually leave it all out there on the pitch. So for me tomorrow, Leeds-Brighton, it's a tricky game for Brighton. Leeds will want to go out on a high. They've saved themselves from relegation. I think Leeds can, obviously Leeds can lose to Brighton, but It could just as easily be a draw or a Leeds win. So I'm not too worried about Brighton, to be honest. Villa fans, Villa players are doing a lap of Villa Park. Natasha says Liverpool need a whole new team. You're not even far off, Natasha. They do. But Liverpool got nothing to leave. What do you mean? Liverpool got nothing to leave? I'm not quite sure what you mean by the comment. That was a hard wash. A hard watch. Yes, but Nagelsmann comes in. Then Neuer might come. He's too old, Natasha. He's too old. I'm not someone who tries to be ageist or anything. But Neuer's like 40 years of age. Too old. But the joke thing... But here's the thing. Oh, leave... But Liverpool got nothing to leave on the field. Yeah, true. At the moment. But here's the thing, Natasha. This is what doesn't make sense, right? Now, let's say even in a theoretical world, Nagelsmann came in and brought Neuer from Bayern. Neuer's 40, so I wouldn't want it, but he's too old for keeper. But Liverpool are linked with letting Alisson go. Alisson's 33, but they're talking about maybe bringing in Martinez from Villa. Martinez is 35. Just keep Alisson. Do you know what I mean? Just keep Alisson. Done. But it's the prop. And so what if he wants to leave? He's under contract. He's got to stay. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, Neuer signed a new one-year deal. I mean, to be honest with you, obviously Neuer is one of the greatest of all time. He's been one of the best keepers of all time. But I've watched him in the Champions League about 5-6 times this season. He's past it. He's nowhere near the same keeper. But Mamardashvili on this form will never even be as good as what a faded Neuer is now. Mamardashvili is not good enough. Not good enough at all. Oh, that was disappointing to say the least. I was predicting a Liverpool win before I saw the team sheets, but this is when I did my preview the other day. I expected Isak to start. I was hoping Salah would play more. I thought Wirtz would be playing, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you give this manager. This manager, he is not it. What should have happened was he should have been relieved of his duties at some point, whether that was December, January, February latest, bringing Steven Gerrard to basically be our Carrick. That's what he should have been. Gerrard should have come in and done the Carrick appointment role, caretaker role, seeing out the rest of the season. Reinstill the passion and the values, because we've got no passion, no values. There's no drive on the pitch. There's no leadership. It's an absolute shambles. Villa have a great manager. He's a great manager. I don't understand why people don't give this man the respect he deserves. He's going for another Europa League final. I think he's won 4 already. Is it going to be his 6th final, Europa League final? You know, he's managed massive clubs, Arsenal, PSG. You know, he won 3 Europa Leagues on the spin. He got Arsenal to the Europa League final. All right, they lost. You know, this guy is a winner. You see his passion on the sidelines. He's a great organiser. He plays great football. Good attacking football. He's an excellent manager. But, you know, and we've got Arne Slot. So, scandalous. So we'll have a little look at some of the match stats. Just give me a moment. Natasha says, no, my dad says that Klopp is up there with the great Bill Shankly. Oh, 100%. Yeah, he's up there. He's one of the all-time greats. He's definitely one of the best managers I've seen in my lifetime. You know, you're asking me for my manager. Well, you're not asking me, but I'm about to tell you anyway. But like my manager tier list, not in any necessary order, doesn't matter. But you know, you got your Klopps, you got your Mourinho. He doesn't play great football, Mourinho, but he's a great Mourinho, Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Luis Enrique, Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti. These are proper managers. These are guys, with their own style, with their own philosophy. Apart from Mourinho, they all play great football and just know how to be leaders of men when it comes to football. You know, just great managers. And Emery, obviously, maybe not in that class, but I'll take him at Liverpool tomorrow. If Emery wanted to be Liverpool manager, I'd drive to Birmingham now, pick him up. I'd have to borrow somebody's car because I don't have a car, but I'd go and do it. Right, I'm going to look at the match stats now. Right, so the game finished 4-2 to Aston Villa. Morgan Rogers, Ollie Watkins with a double, John McGinn with a curler at the end, should have been saved in my opinion. Digne, Rogers and Ollie Watkins with the assists. Van Dijk with 2 headers. Szoboszlai with 2 assists. The match stats. XG for Aston Villa, 1.91. 1.55 for Liverpool. So a bit of XG for once for Liverpool. Shocking. Right, Liverpool had the possession, most possession in the game, but did little with it as far as I'm concerned. Aston Villa only 45%. Shots by Villa, 14. 9 on target by Villa. 16 shots by Liverpool and 5 on target. Strange. Didn't really have that kind of feel to it to me, but stats don't lie. Liverpool, 31 touches in the opposition box. Aston Villa, 19 in the Liverpool box. Goalkeeper saves, 3 by Martinez in the Villa goal. 5 by Mamardashvili. Should have been more, in my opinion, for Mamardashvili. 16 aerial duels won by Liverpool, 10 by Villa. 12 fouls committed by Villa, 9 by Liverpool. 4 corners for Villa, 9 for Liverpool. But look at some these interesting stats. Distance covered, 104 kilometres by Liverpool, 110 by Villa. So outrun by 6 kilometres. Disgusting. Liverpool do more walking. They do more jogging by Villa in the end, but more sprinting by Liverpool. So it looks like they worked a bit harder, but it doesn't feel like that way to me. So that is the game, 4-2. Very disappointing from a Liverpool fan perspective. Shambolic. Shambolic slot out. So I'm going to have a little look at the Arna slot out poll. This is the online poll that's gone viral. It's going to close in a few hours, and at the moment it has 4.548 million signatures. Incredible. I wonder if that will reach 5 million by tonight. Will that poll reach 5 million by tonight? Quite possibly, especially after results such as this. So yes, very, very disappointing. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes. If anyone wants to talk a bit more, then I'm more than happy to. But other than that, I'm going to wrap up the stream fairly soon. Football, just that game that just you love, but it kills you at the same time. But it is what it is. Right, so I've been over the match stats. Obviously, the game ended 4-2. It looks like everyone's kind of talked themselves out. Okay, what does Natasha say here? Who is your greatest Liverpool manager ever? for me, I know they go back through history and they talk about Shankly and Paisley. I was very young back then. I was around. I was around when Paisley was in charge, but I was too young. I didn't understand football enough at the time. So for me, it's got to be Jurgen Klopp. He bring the success that we craved. Obviously, Dalglish. I was well into football when Dalglish won Liverpool the title. Obviously, took us through Hillsborough, etc., and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp easily top of the tree. I loved him. I still love him now. Like, he's so infectious. You literally do anything for the man. You can imagine, you can imagine him being a leader in anything, whether it be in business, whether it be in a normal day-to-day job, whether he's a manager or whatever. Whatever. That man is so inspiring. It's unbelievable. So yeah, he's 100% my favourite ever Liverpool manager. 100%. How about you, Natasha? Oh, these goals going in. I can't even watch these goals again. It's just horrific. Yeah, who is yours? So disappointing. So disappointing. Right, I'm going to be around for 3 more minutes and then I'm going to round up the stream. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to everyone tonight. Even that cheeky user that came in and said I look like Trevor Sinclair. Yeah, always a pleasure. Obviously, there's things when you're kind of new to streaming, you have things to work on, etc. Work on your delivery. Sometimes it's difficult. You've got your headphones on. You don't realise that you're talking a bit too loud. Maybe shouting a bit. So maybe I need to work on that sort of thing. But any advice that anyone can give me, I'm more than happy to learn. So it's all good. But it's an absolute pleasure sharing, my thoughts with everyone here and everyone else's opinion. Natasha, you've been an absolute star today in the chat. And thank you for becoming my 50th subscriber. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'm going to make a video about that tomorrow. And I'm going to shout you out, Natasha, because I'm really thankful for reaching a really good first milestone. Right, so Pat says, the fall from grace has been so rapid. I don't think if Elvis took over, it would take him at least 3 to 4 seasons to repair what's gone on. It won't be a quick return to greatness. I know what you mean. Don't worry, the good times will be back at Liverpool, Natasha says. I hope you're right, Natasha. So, Pats, I know what you mean. It is incredible, isn't it? It's like, imagine if somebody had said to us Liverpool fans, the beginning of the season, you're Premier League champions, you're riding high, you spend all this money, and it's not even about the figure of, it's just the players you brought in, Isak, Wirtz, these high profile, highly sought after players, on top of the fact of you're just the Premier League champions, and that the manager in charge could bring you down to this point, or maybe not bring you down, but oversee the collapse to this level, to the point where you're praying you beat Brentford just to get that Champions League money so you can try and buy more players next season. It just shouldn't be this way. It's such a bad place to be in. But weirdly, even though it feels like the worst title defence in history, it really isn't. I mean, Chelsea won the league under Mourinho, finished 10th the next season. There's definitely been worse title defences than this. I can't remember where Alex Ferguson, after they won the league and Alex Ferguson left, David Moyes finished 7th, didn't he? So whatnot. So it's been it hasn't been the worst title defence. I think it's just because we've come from playing such amazing football, such exciting football where you can't take your eyes off Liverpool. There were so many times I think in about 9 years under Klopp, I can remember I don't remember the games, but I remember maybe being bored about 2 or 3 times. Every game was just had something going for it. Do you know what I mean? Natasha says, what about King Kenny? King Kenny he'd be for me the second greatest manager that I've seen in my lifetime. The thing with Kenny Dalglish is that obviously that first time in the 80s, I was still young, but I still remember I was learning my football, knowledge and what to follow in the game and all that. So obviously it was great stuff. Obviously he won back to back. Obviously when he came back that second time, he never should have come back, for FSG. When he came back and did them a solid, tried to help out the club. But when he came back, he was obviously he wasn't the same manager. He'd been at the game too long by then. I think he'd been at the game for 15 years. And obviously he tried to come back with kind of old ways of football, an older mentality of football. The big target man up front, Andy Carroll, flying wingers in Stuart Downing, who wasn't even good enough. Do you know what I mean? It's like, Dalglish kind of not ruined his legacy, but obviously because he came back and had 2 goes at it, you kind of got to factor that in. But first time round, Dalglish, one of the greats, of course, one of the greats. And obviously went on to win the league with Blackburn, so no one can ever knock his credentials. But greatest Liverpool manager, he'd be in my lifetime second after Klopp. Oh, is it? Oh, is that right? Okay, that's amazing. That's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I remember Sammy Lee as a player. Just about remember as a player, tenacious. Kind of very, kind of players you don't get in today's day and age. That small tenacious midfielder rats around. But yeah, just going back to Sir Pat's comment. How do you go from where we are and break it down this quickly in a space of a year to 18 months? Because we were already, even when we won the league, in that back half of that season, we were all showing signs. The party in IB fight I wasn't happy with. I thought that was poor. They should have finished the season professionally. Yeah, no worries, This is it, This is it. There are definitely worse. There's been definitely worse title defences, and obviously, no one even mentions the Leicester title defence because they were never expected to win it, and obviously they were never likely to retain it. Obviously, retaining a Premier League is so difficult. We all know how hard it is to do. Hardly anyone ever does it. My worry though is that if Arsenal win the league, I think the state of the Premier League is so kind of poor at the moment that they could kind of, because they're so defensively well drilled, they could quite easily win it again once they get the monkey off their back. And no, there was no shouting, Natasha. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. I tried to keep my voice down and whatnot. I'm a little bit loud naturally, but it's just that obviously that one guy came in, and I'm not someone who really responds too much to negativity. You're always going to have someone complain. You're always going to have somebody that wants to shoot you down or make fun of you or whatever. But you've got to be quite thick-skinned in this world. I've always been quite a thick-skinned person. I don't really worry about things too much, and I'm not going to let someone's opinions get to me because at the end of the day, it's not easy to get behind the mic and chat to people and put yourself out there. So, all good. So, thank you for saying what you said. But Liverpool fans take it to heart because they're so passionate. Well, this is it. Exactly. And it's, this is the reason why the majority of us want slot out, because we do take it so passionate. And I've kind of lost my train of thought. I've lost my train of thought. It will come back to me, so do forgive me on that one. But this is why we need slot out, because he just doesn't really connect with the fan base. It's a strange thing because you hear all these facts and whatnot about Slot. Like, Klopp lived in the city. He'd go out in the city. Obviously, probably, he weren't out there all the time, but he'd meet fans in the streets, have a chat in pubs, do random stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Just be a man of the people. Go and have a pint on a Friday night in the pub. Arne Slot lives in Manchester, near the airport, ready to get away on another getaway. Isak needs to give him that. Get him to the airport, get out. So yeah, you know what I mean? Arne Slot's never really embraced. It's more of a job to Arne Slot, and that's fine. But Liverpool's more than that. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool's a people's club. It's like the people's club. You've got to really be in tune with the people in the city and whatnot, because you know they just want to love the manager. But yeah, this guy, he's not it. I think with what happened to Jota, also played part of this season. Oh yeah, 100%. Mate, you did good tonight and your site will grow. Keep it up. Thank you, Sir Pats. I will definitely try. Yeah, the Jota tragedy. Oh, it's obviously massively sad. I couldn't believe it when it happened to me. I remember, I'll never forget where I was. I mean, I woke up the next day. I'd gone to actually, funny enough, I'd gone to help my ex redecorate a little bit. And yeah, my son Lucas, my 17-year-old, he messaged me and goes, "Have you heard about Jota?" And I was like, "No, what?" And then I went on the BBC website and I read it. I just couldn't believe it. I was numb for hours. I just couldn't believe it. And it's just like, it's so unbelievably sad. So of course it's had a massive impact on the club, the dressing room. But these guys, I think at certain points in the season, the media and whatnot have kind of used it as too much of an excuse. Of course it's sad, but we all face tragedy in our lives. We all lose loved ones and friends, and relationships break down. We lose people, we lose jobs, we lose this, we lose everything. And people, we still have to get on. And these guys had a job to do, and Arne Slot had a job to do. And what Arne Slot's job was not to produce this on the pitch. Not to produce Premier League winning Liverpool to barely qualifying for the Champions League. And we still haven't even done it yet. Oh, so bad. So bad. So bad. But yeah, thank you once again for your comments, guys. Really appreciate it. And lovely to spend time and chat with you. What do you think that Stevie G never won the Premier League? Do you know what? That still winds me up, Natasha, because if you go back to the thing and you remember, because a lot of the time my memory can be good for a lot of things, but I've lit a lot of miles on the clock, so I forget a lot. But I remember that game, you know, the Liverpool game versus Chelsea. We didn't need to win. 3 games to go. Just had to draw with Chelsea, beat Crystal Palace, which we would have done, and, you know, win the last 2 games. Just don't lose to Chelsea. Just don't lose. You could have drawed. And Brendan Rodgers put us out for it and whatnot. So obviously Steve G not winning the title, it's one of those things. For me, he's still, you know, I mean, he's my favourite ever Liverpool player. He's my favourite ever Liverpool player, Stevie G. It's a shame he never won a Premier League, but the fact that he's so good that he's the kind of player that makes an all-time Premier League 11, or he's in the conversation for one of the best Premier League players of all time, but he's never won it, which is a weird kind of situation, because if you've never won the Premier League, how can you be in contention to be in the Premier League all-time 11? But Stevie G was so good that other players, fans know. They know. Everyone knows how good this guy was. People could look around and go, Lampard this, Gerrard that. And Lampard's a top player. Fantastic player. Stevie G was just that cut above. That guy was he is the best all-round player I've ever seen. The best all-round. You know, literally no weaknesses, and just literally got it all. If you were building, he's literally like, you know, for people of our generation and our time, you know, the old comic strip, Roy of the Rovers. He is Roy of the Rovers, reincarnated, you know, but from Hoyt and Liverpool, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He is Roy of the Rovers stuff. Different gravy. Best player in my lifetime. Obviously, he doesn't go down as one of the greatest of all times in terms of, you know, like your Maradona, Pele, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, R9 and Zidane, and he's not that level, because that is just the absolute best in history. But Stevie G is the best all-round player I've ever seen in my life. And if I could be a footballer, or I had been a footballer, he'd be what I wanted to be. Just everything. But yeah, thank you. I was calm all the way through, which is nice to see. Thank you very much. Very complimentary. Really appreciate it. But yeah, what do you think about Stevie G not winning the league? I mean, obviously I was quite upset when he left, the way he left, but footballers a lot of the time can be a bit too proud. he probably should have stayed, accepted a bit part role and stayed and played under Jurgen Klopp for a couple of seasons. He could have done that, but when you're the best player in your team for 15 years, to then become a bit part player, it's difficult. And this is why players like Milner want to move on at a certain point. Look at Milner, still at Brighton. He could have stayed behind at Liverpool for a couple more years. Obviously, with reduced game time. But these owners as well, you never know. They want to get players off the bat. Henderson's another one. I think Henderson should have stayed. I think he should have stayed for another year, accepted a bit part role, and just helped younger players come through, be that backup player. He's played at Brentford all season, so fine. He's played all year at Brentford, but he's been gone from Liverpool for what? Jordan Henderson's been gone for what? 2 full seasons now? He could have still been at Liverpool, playing 20, 25 games a season, putting in the effort. But this is what happens when you let great experience leave through the door. And we're going to do the same with Andy Robertson, Mo Salah. The Salah one I can kind of get because the money's on, and sometimes you've got to balance off what money can do for you, for your squad. But you can keep Robertson around. You could keep Henderson around, Milner around. You could have kept these guys around, but they've made their choices and a lot of pride and other factors come into it. But yeah, very, very disappointing. Very disappointing result. Right, I am definitely going to go soon. I'm going to stay on just to round off the stream to a full 3 hours. So I'll stick around for another 3 minutes, and that'll take us up to 3 hours, which will be my longest stream doing football. So yeah, it's quite hard on the old larynx. So but it's very enjoyable. It's so nice to like share and talk about football. Absolutely love it. I'm going to be doing tomorrow as well the FA Cup final with Chelsea Man City. It's going to be a great game. I feel like it's going to be a tense, nervy one. But if there's an early goal in there, I think it's going to be a great game. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'll be doing a watch-along, Chelsea Man City. So if anyone's free wants to join me, we can follow that game. That'd be absolutely lovely to have some of you in the chat as well. So we shall see. Thank you, everyone. Absolutely great to chat with you all. Oh, I've got to get that painful scoreline off the background. I don't want that scoreline on the screen anymore. Right, on that note, I'm going to start to do my outro. So, I'm about to bring the stream to an end. Thank you once again for everybody that joined me, particularly Natasha, who became my 50th subscriber today. So well done her, an absolute pleasure to talk to her as usual in the chat. So, the stream is ending now. I'm going to cut it. Well, not cut it short, but cut it off now. The game ended 4-2 to Aston Villa. A brace from Ollie Watkins, a brace from Virgil van Dijk. But Aston Villa are the team that have sealed their Champions League spots for next season. And now my boys, LFC, have to try and find a way to make it to the Champions League in their last game next weekend against Brentford. So on that note, thank you for everyone that joined me on the stream today. If somebody does watch this back later as a review, please do drop a like on the stream and please do consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for everyone, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you and good night. Take care. My name is Ade. I'm the veteran arcade soldier, and I'll see you on the next stream, which will be the Chelsea Man City FA Cup watch along tomorrow. So thank you. Take care. And if I don't see you, have an amazing weekend. Thank you and take care. Good night.